Good morning, everyone. How are you? I see quite a few have joined. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. Van Reddy is here. Hitesh is there. Sudhanshu, I see. Then Palak is there. Shivam, Anurag, Shreya, Radhika, Karthik. Super, super, super. Karthik has a long good morning to say, just like we used to do in school in the classroom, right? Awesome. How was your long weekend? 3 days of leave, and now you're back at studying at 7 in the morning. How's it going for you? Hey Shanika, how are you? Hi Sai, how are you? Meghna is there. Super, super. We just wait for 30, 40 seconds more. While if you have any questions, do ask your questions meanwhile for the next 1 minute. And then we will start with our chapter 2. We left with two topics. SWOT analysis or Taos analysis छोड़ा था हमने. We will start from there. It will take 15 minutes and then we will quickly jump to chapter number 3, which is again a very small but बहुत ही concept based chapter है. We'll jump to that quickly, which is chapter number 3. But if you have any questions, do ping your questions on the chat. Tell me if something is still confusing you. Happy to help you with examples or anything I can help you with. Hey Simran, how are you? Gehani is there. Surya. Good, good, good. Good to see a lot of you joining in the chat. Probably all of you on YouTube also, you can go to boslive.org. Go and watch these sessions live. Talk to me on the chat. Probably I can help you more when you chat. I can answer your questions and doubts. Another thing before we start this chapter, the next class, which is on Thursday, 18th August, what I'm planning to do is we will solve a case scenario of chapter 1, 2, and 3, right? We will spend 1 hour. What I'll do is I'll give you 30 minutes. I'll put questions on the screen. I'll put a case scenario on the screen. I'll give you 30 minutes to read, to solve those two case scenarios. And then we will discuss how to find answers, how to write answers. So next session, right? Next session, probably I'll take up on case scenarios, questions, and how to solve those questions rather than starting chapter 4. आज हम chapter 3 complete कर लेंगे, छोटा सा है. Next chapter, please be present, right? Because we will do a full length practice of examination is what I'm planning. करेंगे एक पूरा case scenario solve करेंगे full length, and then we'll also अगर नहीं होगा so probably not if chapter 1, 2 or 3, 4 and 5, 6 से भी questions डाल देंगे, and then we'll practice how to solve those questions. It will be a great revision. It will be a great insight for you, and that is what my plan is. So next session is also really important is what I'm planning, right? I think that is what you all also want कि एक बार exam practice हो जाए, how to solve a question, how the question will come, how do we actually tackle or identify कि कौन सा concept कहाँ लग रहा है questions में. So I think that will give you great insight. So कार्तिक की छुट्टियां अच्छी नहीं गई. No problem कार्तिक, आपकी पढ़ाई बड़ी अच्छी जाएगी अब. Hey, Devraj is there. Aditi is there. Kedu Kondalu is there. Good, good, good. Pooja, Ayatha is there. Okay. Then Vinay. Okay. Awesome. Strategic value of capabilities as they become more difficult to substitute. Okay. So the strategic value of capabilities increases as they become more difficult to substitute. That means, simple hai, Aditi. अगर आप क्रिकेट देखते हो, right, the strategic value of capability increases. For example, Virat Kohli. Okay, so Virat Kohli की strategic value is very high. Or MS Dhoni. So MS Dhoni की strategic value is very high, right? When the strategic value increases, it is really, really difficult to substitute them. That means change them. अभी धोनी की जगह कोई नया कैप्टन आएगा तो टीम में थोड़ा सा स्ट्रेस आ जाएगा, राइट? Team will not be able to perform that good in the initial phase again. क्योंकि एक बहुत बड़ा pillar who had a lot of capability in that particular business or in particular team वो change हो गया, right? The same thing happens. The strategic value of capability increases. जैसे ही strategic value of a particular resource, a particular of a capability, be it resource, be it people, be it technology, कुछ भी change होता है, right? या जब वो increase होता है तो उसके चेंज होने से बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम होती है. दैट इज व्हाट दिस मींस. आई एम गुड जनेश, आई एम गुड. हाउ अबाउट यू? ऑसम. राधिका तुस्सी भी बड़े ग्रेट हो, राइट? पंजाबी, आई एम गेटिंग कमेंट्स इन पंजाबी आल्सो. दैट्स ग्रेट. ऑसम. So let us start with today's session, which is chapter number 2 के छोटे से दो concepts, SWOT analysis और Taos analysis. Okay, SWOT analysis and Taos analysis. बहुत simple है. SWOT analysis मुझे नहीं लगता we need to study as well, right? I'll come to that, Aditi. I'll just finish SWOT and Taos and I'll come to your question. Okay. So SWOT analysis, we have already done what SWOT analysis is. Okay. Strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. BCK से पढ़ते आ रहे हैं. We have studied. We know what a SWOT analysis is. ज़्यादा time इस पे खोटी नहीं करेंगे. Okay. So strength, weakness, opportunity and threat. अगर आपकी strength है तो उसको opportunity में बदल दीजिए. If you need to convert your strengths to opportunities, you have to ensure that your weakness does not become a threat to your business. Simple होता है SWOT analysis. You have to identify what you're good at, convert that into an opportunity. You have to identify what you're not good at, what is your weakness, and you have to try and avoid to let it become a threat for your business. For example, my strength. For example, my strength is design. Okay, my strength is design. So I will design my product in a way that the customers start to get attracted by that particular product. Okay, so मैं अपनी strength को opportunity बना लिया. Now my weakness, for example, my weakness is distribution. I'm not able to reach to every person in India or the globe. My problem is distribution. So I would try to make sure मेरी ये weakness does not become a threat to my business. I do not lose business because of distribution. So I will try to spend more money on distribution. I will try to go and spend or build that distribution because I know that is my weakness. मैं उस पे काम करना शुरू करूँ, right? And that is what SWOT analysis is all about, right? It helps the managers. It helps the managers to craft a business model that allows company to gain competitive advantage and increase profitability because आपने strength और opportunity identify कर ली तो वो आपकी competitive advantage बन सकती है, right? And maximizing the chances of surviving in a fast changing competitive environment, right? So strength, your opportunities and threats will keep coming. They every day, every week, every month, every 6 months, every 1 year, कुछ ना कुछ opportunity या फिर threat आपके business को आता रहेगा. You have to just convert that into an opportunity using your strength, and you have to avoid those threats by identifying what you're weak at. That is SWOT analysis already done at BCK level, right? Okay. इसी का एक बड़ा भाई है. The elder sibling of SWOT analysis is Taos analysis, which is ulta of SWOT. Okay. So SWOT इसको उल्टा कर दो TOWS, right? It is called Taos Matrix. It is a step ahead of SWOT. Okay. Now what it says, Taos Matrix भी बहुत easy है. Okay. So opportunity है और यहाँ threat है. यहाँ पे weakness है and यहाँ पे आपकी strength है. Okay. Now tell me what happens. If there is a strength, simple logic, common sense लगाते हैं. राइट इसमें कुछ याद करने का इसमें यू डू नॉट हैव टू डू रोट लर्निंग रट के जाना पड़ेगा कोई जरूरत नहीं है सिंपल लॉजिक लगाते हैं भूल जाओ व्हाट इज देयर ऑन द स्क्रीन नाउ थिंक फ्रॉम अ बिजनेस पर्सपेक्टिव यू हैव अ स्ट्रेंथ ओके यू हैव अ स्ट्रेंथ एंड यू हैव अ स्ट्रेंथ राइट एंड देयर इज अ थ्रेट इन द मार्केट यू हैव अ स्ट्रेंथ आपकी एक बिजनेस की स्ट्रेंथ है बट कॉम्पिटिशन भी बहुत तेजी से आ रहा है your strength is let's say your strength is quality of product. Okay, the quality of your product is best in the market, but your competition is also giving really good quality now. So you have a strength, but there is also threat. Okay, there is you have a strength, but there is also threat. Right now, okay, what will you do? There is a strength and there is threat in the market. What should be your step? Okay, क्या करना चाहिए आपको as a business? Think, आप बहुत strong हो, you have a strength, and the competition is also catching up to your strength, right? Competition भी आपकी strength की तरफ आ रहा है. आप क्या करोगे? What will be your strategy? वही strategy Taos analysis बोलता है. Think about it and tell me what should be your strategy. Yes, Siddharth, I think I only taught you SWOT analysis in BCK, right? Good to see you in intermediate now. Not an issue, number. it's better late than not even joining. So it's good that you've joined. But the question to you guys is, you have a strength and there is threat in the market. Competition आपकी copy करने आ गया है. What will be your strategy? Okay, what will be your strategy? Quickly. What will be your strategy? Absolutely. Increase more on our strength. Absolutely, Pandava. Then converting strengths into opportunities. Great. Entity will push and use the strength to cope up with the competition. Absolutely. If you're good at something, you will try to double down on that strength, right? I will go aggressive on my strength because competition भी आ रहा है, threat आ रहा है, okay? So what will you do? You will go double down on your strength. आप और ज़्यादा मेहनत करोगे अपनी strength पे, and that is what it is, okay? ST, there is strength and threat. Use of internal strength to avoid or minimize the impact of external threats. आप अपनी strength को और powerful बनाओ, right? You will go more aggressive on your strength. Now, एक और example लेते हैं. There is a weakness, okay? There is a you are weak at something, but in your area of weakness, there is an opportunity. You are weak at something, your business, not you. Your business is weak at something. Let's say your business is weak at distribution only, right? जैसे Lay's हर दुकान पे है, but you have started a new namkeen brand, okay? Now let's take an example. You have started a new namkeen का brand. You're selling namkeens, आलू भुजिया बेच रहे हो, खट्टा मीठा बेच रहे हो, but you do not have a distribution. That is your weakness. आप हर दुकान पे नहीं पहुंच पा रहे हो, आपके पास उतने funds, you do not have so many funds, you do not have that network of distributors right now. But there is an opportunity, right? People are bored of Haldiram, people are bored of Bikaner Wala ki namkeens, people are bored of the existing brands. You are bringing something new. Your strength per se is something new, but your weakness is distribution, and there is an opportunity in the market. There is an opportunity in the market, but you are weak at distribution. What will you do? What will you do? Tell me. You are weak at something. You're weak at something, but there is an opportunity in the market. What will you do? क्या करोगे? Simple है. Common sense. You just have to use your common sense. Gehani says overcoming weakness. Absolutely right. अगर आपको opportunity दिख रही है market में, the best thing as a business you can do is overcoming your weakness, not letting your weakness lose that opportunity, right? For example, आपकी weakness है, आप बहुत ज़्यादा time waste करते हो, but you know the opportunity is in the next 3 months I have my exams. In the next 3 months I have my exams. That is my opportunity. But my weakness is I'm wasting a lot of time. Time बहुत waste करता हूँ. क्या करोगे? Time waste करना बंद कर दो, right? So what will you do is you will overcome your weakness. You will overcome your weakness to exploit the opportunity. उस opportunity को पकड़ने के लिए आपको अपनी weakness को overcome करना पड़ेगा. Common sense है. It's common sense, right? And that is what Taos Matrix is all about. Now, if there is a strength, you have a strength and there is opportunity. Simple है. Use करोगे अपनी strength को to exploit the opportunity, right? If you have a strength and there is opportunity, you will go and aggressive, super duper aggressive जाके आप वो opportunity को grab कर लोगे, right? Weak हो और threat है. अगर you have a weakness और उसी weakness area में threat भी है, क्या करोगे? You will overcome weakness by minimizing external threat, right? आप वीकनेस को एकदम कम करना चाहोगे ताकि वो थ्रेट आपको इम्पैक्ट ज्यादा ना करे. आपको डैमेज होगा बिकॉज देयर इज अ वीकनेस इन योर बिजनेस एंड देयर इज थ्रेट इन द मार्केट. There will be a damage to your business, but you will try to reduce that damage by reducing your weaknesses, right? Simple है. इसी को Taos Matrix बोला गया. It's pure common sense, okay? And the Taos Matrix has given certain names. जैसे स्ट्रेंथ एंड थ्रेट को मैक्सिम नहीं दिया गया है, राइट? लॉजिक. अभी इसमें लॉजिक क्या है इसको भी याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है. यू डू नॉट हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस. आई विल जस्ट टेल यू व्हाई इज इट, ओके? व्हेन देयर इज अ स्ट्रेंथ एंड देयर इज अ थ्रेट, when there is a strength and there is a threat, स्ट्रेंथ को मैक्सिमाइज करोगे, थ्रेट को मिनिमाइज करोगे. When there is strength and there is threat, अब strength को maximize करोगे, threat को minimize करोगे. Maxi, mini. Maximize S, minimize T. Strength, maximize, threat, minimize. Maxi mini strategy बन गई. Strength and opportunity. Strength को maximize करोगे, opportunity को भी maximize करोगे. Maxi, दोनों को maximize करना है. There is weakness and there is threat. Weakness को minimize करोगे, threat को minimize करोगे. Mini. Weakness and opportunity. You will minimize weakness, maximize opportunity. Mini, maxi. Simple. As simple as that. Mini, maxi, mini, maxi. क्यों हो रहा है? One you maximize, one you minimize. Okay. It is so simple. इसमें याद करने का कुछ है ही नहीं. Right? You do not have to remember. It's common sense. Taos Matrix, very simple. Right? Okay. Absolutely. Strength and opportunities are maxi. Your weakness and threat is mini. Absolutely. Weak और threat के केस में profit से ज़्यादा focus loss कम करने पर रहना चाहिए. We're not talking about losses here, Karthik. Loss is a result of your threat and weakness, right? अब तो result की बात करें. What I'm talking about is the actual reason. We're talking about reasons of your business strategy here and not the results. So result of your strength and opportunity is profits. The result of your weakness and threat is loss. So we are not talking about results. We are talking about the reasons. Okay. Awesome. WT is always mini and SO is always maxi. That is also right. If you want to remember it that way, that is also right. Cool. Any questions on this, or we can quickly go to the next topic? Sure. Namrata, simple. So you just have to identify, is there an opportunity or is there a threat? And in that area of opportunity or threat, do you have a weakness or do you have a strength? If you have a strength and there is an opportunity, you use maxi strategy, which is maximize your strength to maximize the opportunity से benefit. If you're weak and there is a threat, you minimize both things. If there is strength and there is threat, you maximize your threat to minimize. You maximize your strength to minimize your threat. And if there is a weakness in your business and there is an opportunity, there is a weakness, but there is an opportunity. आप अपनी weakness को minimize करोगे so that you can maximize the benefit from the opportunity. And that is what this Taos Matrix is all about. Right? Awesome. Cool. If we do not analyze our strength and weakness, then opportunity may convert into threats. Not necessarily, Aditi. So an opportunity, if you do not analyze your strength and weakness, an opportunity is a lost opportunity. It will never become a threat though, right? Per se, if that opportunity is taken up by your competitor, then you might lose that business, right? So then it starts becoming a threat. But koi bhi nahi le raha hai. If no one is able to take up that opportunity, then it might not be a threat. But if your competition takes up that opportunity, then it becomes a threat. Right? Awesome. Let's go to the next topic. बहुत ही छोटा और ये तो 11th 12th में भी पढ़ा है. We have studied this in business studies, BSc for students from commerce. For people who are from science, globalization, हम सबको पता है क्या हो रहा है, right? So we know what globalization is. It is the integration of the world economy. Indian company doing business in Africa, Indian company doing business in US, Indian company doing business in Singapore, in Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, with doing business in China or doing business in Europe, in somewhere in UK, in like Netherlands or in Spain. That is globalization. The reverse is also globalization. A US company doing business in India, Canadian company doing business in India, Singapore company doing business in India, Vietnamese company doing business in India, right? So all these Spanish company or a Swiss company or another company from Netherlands or a UK company working in India, making money in India, selling things in India, that is globalization. It's an integrated world economy, right? It's an integrated world economy. That is globalization. And that is globalization. At the company level, okay, at a company level, globalization means two things. दो चीजें हो सकती है globalization की from a company, from a business perspective. Number one, the company commits itself heavily with several manufacturing locations around the world and offers products in several diversified industries. Okay, I am a manufacturer of chappals. Okay, मैं चप्पल बनाता हूँ. I am a manufacturer of chappal. My factory is in somewhere in Haryana. Okay, I have a factory somewhere in Haryana, and I am selling my chappals in India. I'm selling my chappals in Sri Lanka. I'm selling my chappals in Bangladesh. I'm selling my chappals in Nepal. I'm selling my chappals in Bhutan. I'm selling my chappals in let's say in say, Tibet, right? I'm selling my chappals to other countries as well. Also, I have started a factory in Indonesia. अभी मैंने एक फैक्ट्री अपनी इंडोनेशिया में भी डाल दी है, right? That is globalization. Commits itself to manufacturing locations, several, सिर्फ इंडिया में ना बनाकर, I'm also manufacturing things across the globe so that I can go farther. Now think about this. I make chappals in Haryana and I have to sell this chappal, let's say to Japan, okay? I am producing a chappal in Haryana and I have to sell these chappals in Tokyo, in Kawasaki, in Japan, okay? Now what will happen? मुझे इसको चप्पल को भेजने में बहुत कॉस्ट आ जाएगी. I will have to take this chappal from Haryana. There will be a train or a truck. It will take to some port near Kolkata or in Chennai. वहाँ पोर्ट से शिप जाएगा, शिप लेके जाएगा इंडोनेशिया, इंडोनेशिया से शिप जाएगा आपका आगे जापान या म्यांमार से होते हुए जापान जाएगा. A lot of cost. I have to save this cost. I have to save this cost कि यहाँ से ट्रक जाए फिर शिप जाए. What will I do? I will directly start a manufacturing plant in Indonesia. Indonesia may start a small manufacturing plant. I know Japan, I can sell 1 lakh chappals every year. So I'll make a small plant in Indonesia which produces 1 lakh chappals. वहीं से produce होगी और directly एक ship सीधा जापान चला जाएगा. यहाँ से train, truck, then ship, again ship. I'm saving that cost and I'm starting a manufacturing unit in Indonesia and that is going to sell to Japan directly. Okay, that is globalization. Number two is the company's ability to compete in domestic markets with foreign competitors. अब मैं तो चप्पल हरियाणा में बना रहा हूँ. There is also a company from Netherlands or from UK. Skechers आ गई, Reebok आ गई, Puma आ गई, Adidas आ गई. ये भी चप्पलें बेच रहे हैं, right? They are also selling chappals. Crocs आ गई. They are selling chappals, right? Now I am competing with global players in my domestic India market also. अपना सामान बाहर तो भेज ही रहे हैं. आई एम कंपीटिंग विद सम चप्पल मेकर इन जापान आल्सो, विद सम चप्पल मेकर इन श्रीलंका, इन इंडोनेशिया, इन भूटान, तिब्बत. वहां के कंपटीशन से भी लड़ रहा हूँ, बट आई एम आल्सो फाइटिंग द कंपटीशन फ्रॉम आउटसाइड व्हिच इज कमिंग इन इंडिया. दैट इज ग्लोबलाइजेशन. दैट इज ग्लोबलाइजेशन. ऑसम. ओके, that means you have to first do analysis, Namrata, right? We have a long question from Sriram. Just give me 30 seconds, let me read this. Sure, Sriram, you have a lot of questions in the question bank. I will also be creating a question bank and we'll be sharing somewhat after chapter 5 or chapter 6, right? अपन लोग करेंगे. We have that last में करेंगे, right? I will also be sharing a question bank. I'm saying 18th वाला session will be full scenario based. 30 minutes आपको सिर्फ scenario पढ़ने दूंगा. Right? I will just give you 30 complete minutes to just read the scenario and then we'll discuss how to write answers and how to solve those questions. We will do that. We will do everything. Don't worry. Right? MCQs, they'll keep coming in these sessions, not many, but question bank for sure you can go and refer. It's already uploaded. And we will also be sharing a new question bank. Every chapter is 10-12 questions. करेंगे, सब करेंगे. We're just at chapter 2 right now. Sab hoga. Right? So this is globalization, two perspectives from a business perspective. Okay. Now 3 characteristics of a global company. फटाफट से समझते हैं. What are the 3 characteristics of a global company? Okay. Namrata, we talked about niche market is very small, your area of expertise market. उसको बोलते हैं niche market. Okay. If I'm only selling, let's say आप मेहंदी बनाते हो. Okay. You know what is मेहंदी? मेहंदी आप सिर्फ हाथ पे लगाने वाली मेहंदी बनाते, दैट इज योर नीश मार्केट. राइट? एक छोटी सी मार्केट, आप उसी में एक्सपर्ट हो, दैट इज niche market. Three key characteristics of a global company. Okay, three key characteristics of a global company. Number one, it is a conglomerate or a group of multiple units, right? It is located in different parts of the globe, but all linked by common ownership. Ownership एक ही जगह होती है, but it has presence in different locations across the globe. Number two, multiple units draw on common pool of resources, right? पैसा एक ही जगह से आता है, क्रेडिट, पेटेंट्स, ट्रेड नेम्स, कंट्रोल सिस्टम्स, वो तो एक ही. सो इंडियन कंपनी, let's say Indian company has offices in 10 different locations in 10 different countries, but पैसा तो इंडिया से ही जा रहा है. Control decisions are taken from India only, right? All trade names, all patents, everything is done from India only. So it is controlled from a single location, but it has presence in a lot many locations. That is a global company. Number three, the units respond to a common strategy. अपनी अपनी कंट्री की अपनी अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी जरूर होगी. ईच एंड एवरी लोकेशन विल हैव अ डिफरेंट स्ट्रैटेजी, बट द कॉमन स्ट्रैटेजी रिमेन्स द सेम. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई विल गिव यू अ क्लासिक एग्जाम्पल. ओके, नाउ there is an example of Amazon. Okay, let's take an example of Amazon. Amazon क्या कर रहा है? Amazon ने क्या किया? Amazon is there in 170 countries. Okay, initially Amazon की common strategy, the common strategy of Amazon was to increase the market base. हर घर तक पहुंचना, to reach every pin code in every city of the world was their common strategy. Okay, so in whatever country they went, India आए तो Flipkart से लड़ रहे हैं. They're fighting Snapdeal at that time. We had Just Dial, we had XYZ, Jabong tha, Myntra, Flipkart. They were fighting these companies. But the common strategy across the globe was capturing markets, right? The common strategy across the globe was China गए तो market लो वहाँ से, Indonesia गए वहाँ से market लो, Singapore गए वहाँ से market लो. They went to Japan, they wanted market share. So the common strategy, whatever country, each country will have a different trick to achieve that, but the common strategy was getting more market share. Now the common strategy is profitability. Now they want profit. उनको ज़्यादा खर्चा नहीं करना है. So the common strategy across Amazon, across the globe is profitability. They want to make money from every country. उनको market share अभी they know 30-40% in every country I have, or 50% or 60%. Every country में I have a good position, market position. Now my common strategy is to make profits. मुझे loss नहीं करना है. If there is a business which is making loss, I'll close that business. My aim is profit making. Okay. That is what common strategy. So all these locations will respond to a common strategy, and that is the characteristic of a global company. Okay. Globalization in simple terms means either our business competes with similar business of foreign companies in their country or in our domestic country. Both. Sri Ram, it means both, right? You cannot stop people from doing business, right? बाहर के लोग आके will do business in India. India के people will go outside and do business. No, you can't stop, and that is why there is a lot of globalization in India per se. BCK में we studied about it, right? We studied about globalization, LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Awesome. Namrata, we'll come to that. Indirect competition, I think we have done. Indirect competition is a different product but same customer is indirect competition. Different product but to the same customer. We'll come to that. Okay. We have that coming in like chapter 4 and 5. Probably we'll have that. I think there was a question I skipped earlier was the core competency is relative. It may change depending on with whom the business wants to compare it. Simple है. The core competency is relative. Okay. Now it changes depending on with whom the business wants to compare it. Absolutely. So your core competency can be anything, but when your competition changes, okay, when your competition changes, you have to identify what your core competency, whether it makes sense or not. Simple समझते हैं इसको. Core competency is changing with whom you're comparing it with. Okay. I'll take a classic example, your example. Okay. you're good at dancing and you're good at singing as well. Let's take an example. आप dance भी अच्छा करते हो, आप गाते भी अच्छा हो. You dance well and you sing well. Now there's a friend. Now you have a friend. She also dances extremely well, right? Your competition is in dance with her. Okay. So your core competency that you will fight her with is dancing. वो डांस करी आप गाना गाना शुरू कर दो तो you will not compete with her, right? There is no competition there. To compete with her, you will also dance. So your core competency of dance becomes more prevalent, becomes more useful to you when you're comparing it with that friend. You have another friend, he sings very well. Okay. Now, when you're competing with your friend who sings very well, your core competency changes to singing. Okay. When you're comparing with them, you are good at both the things. But when you're comparing with your competition or what is there in the market, what people are wanting to do, or who you want to compare yourself with, your core competency will become, which of those core competencies becomes more relevant to you, right? I wouldn't say powerful, but more relevant. ज़्यादा sense बनेगा उस core competency को focus करना, right? And that's what this statement means. Same happens with business. Can we not do business in North Korea? Go and try and do that, Radhik. I have no clue. Probably no one can go and like be a tourist easily there. Doing business is another challenge. What will you sell in North Korea? Bhelpuri. Or let's take dhokla, let's take chole bhature to North Korea, right? Probably difficult political situations are not that fantastic there. Cool. Let's go to the next topic. Why go global? मुझे global company क्यों बनना चाहिए? Why are companies focusing on becoming a global brand? Because of growth opportunity, right? The world is your market. Cheap resources, right? Probably for a US company, US might be a very, very costly place to manufacture, but India or Indonesia, Vietnam, all these are relatively cheaper companies. The cheaper countries in terms of labor, in terms of resources. कम खर्चा आता है, right? So cheap resources के लिए companies come to these countries. New markets, absolutely. Now a person manufacturing chappal in Haryana is able to sell in Japan. That is a fantastic new market for your business, right? Economies of scale. Economies of scale means as you manufacture in a lot of quantity, your cost starts decreasing. Simple है. 100 रुपए में if you are making 50 units, right? आप 50 यूनिट बनाते हो, आप 50 यूनिट, अरे why is it not working? So in 100 rupees you're making 50 units, per unit 2 rupees. Now in 100 rupees you can make 100 units, 1 rupee per unit. So you're almost doubling your profit, right? That is economies of scale. So why do companies go global? Number one, for growth opportunity, for cheap resources, for newer markets, and for economies of scale. That is reducing their overall per unit cost. Okay, awesome. Cool. Shriyama, hold that question for the end of the session, okay? That's a very different concept altogether. So yaad rakhna, just tell me, I will answer this question, but we'll hold this till the last of the session, right? It wouldn't make relevance, abhi. Everyone will get confused. Attractiveness is relative and not absolute. Absolutely, yes. Attractiveness is relative and not absolute. You might find a boy very handsome, but your friend might not. Or you might find a girl very beautiful, but your friend might not. So attractiveness is relative, right? Some people like Deepika Padukone, some people don't. Attractiveness is relative, right? It depends on who is probably looking at that particular thing, right? Oh, you want me to delete all underlining? I thought it makes more sense because you have these things, what I taught. If these markings are not good for that upload, I'll remove it. No worry, I'll do that. I thought कि वो sense बन जाती है what you have to mark, but I'll delete it. Get it? Difficult हो जाता है पढ़ना. Cool. With that, boys and girls, we complete a chapter number 2. फटाफट से समराइज कर लेते हैं, राइट? We were talking about dynamics of competitive strategy, wherein we studied about competitive landscape, who are your real competitors, right? Strategic analysis की बात करी, जहाँ पे we talked about external and internal risk, right? There is a risk and how do you reduce that risk? उसके लिए we do industry and competitive analysis, जिसके अंदर we talked about grouping. You remember group mapping? We had those bubbles, size kaun sa hai, what is the variety of products they have, what is the like customer satisfaction or customer value. On the left hand side, the variation and the size of the bubble was the size of the company. Like that is strategic group mapping. That is what we studied here. We talked about core competency and how does that become your competitive advantage. Core competency kya cheez hai? It is something unique which is very like the core of your strength, and you use that to create a competitive advantage, which is again very unique and valued by the customer. वो हो जाती है आपकी competitive advantage. Then we talked about internal and external analysis. जो हम competitive से बात कर रहे थे, we talked about 4 ways of external analysis, 2 ways of internal, wherein we talk about products and resources and human resources. Externally, we used to go and do market research, समझते हैं market क्या करती है, what your particular competitor does, how they do that, what is the future that they're looking at, external and internal analysis. Then we talked about portfolio analysis models, right? BCG matrix, GE stoplight, ANSOX matrix. We studied about all these portfolio analysis. Portfolio analysis only works when you have different businesses, right? When you have a portfolio of products, आप जूता भी बनाते हो, आप चप्पल भी बनाते हो, आप सैंडल भी बनाते हो, आप बैग्स भी बनाते हो, और आप टेबल्स भी बनाते हो. So you have different businesses, you have different portfolio of different businesses, and you need to analyze those businesses as a single company. You use portfolio analysis कि कौन सा cash cow है, कौन सा star है, which one is a dog, which one needs to divest, which one needs to slow down, which one needs to grow further, in which business I need to invest more time and money, and which business I need to ignore or sell off, right? Portfolio analysis models. Then we talked about SWOT and Taos analysis. And finally, we talked about globalization right now. Why is it needed? What does it mean? And how does it help companies? That is chapter number 2. And with that, let us go directly to chapter number 3. While I share chapter number 3 ka PPT, any questions or anything, let me know, and I will share then chapter number 3. Okay. Where is my chapter number 3? Let me find. This is, here we go. You guys can see chapter number 3, right? You guys can see chapter number 3 on the screen. Just let me know if you can see the screen. Chapter number 3 is there. If yes, give me a yes. Probably I'll get to know that it's there on the screen. Awesome, awesome. Any questions, any doubts? 30 seconds, let's spend. If not, quickly chapter number 3 में चलेंगे. If not, we will quickly jump to chapter number 3. Awesome, awesome. Cool. Thank you everyone who has given a yes or a visible. Awesome. Let's jump to chapter number 3. इससे ज़्यादा simple कोई chapter नहीं है. Okay. After introduction was fairly simple. Now chapter number 3 is again very simple, very theoretical, but it is chota, so it is very easy to understand what this chapter is all about. Okay. Now I'll tell you, crux of this chapter is we will try to understand the broader perspective of what CEO, CFO, or vice presidents of the company do. Okay. So strategic management process is a process which is a managerial process, right? Chapter number 1 में पढ़ा था. It is a managerial process which is ongoing. Okay, chapter number 1 में पढ़ा था it is an ongoing managerial process. अभी इसमें करते क्या, ये होता क्या है, मतलब we get it, वो मैनेजर काम करता है, get it, CEO makes decisions, but what decisions and what is the method, how do they make decisions for the $3 billion company, how do they make decisions for a $10 billion, इतनी बड़ी कंपनी है Infosys, there is a company TCS, right, it has a revenue of 24-25 billion dollars every year, right, Apple है, it is a three, like $2.5 trillion company, Google जितनी बड़ी कंपनी है, how are the CEOs, how are the managerial people taking decisions for such a big company, इतना ज्यादा पैसा है, इतने ज्यादा stakes are high, it is responsible for jobs of over 1 lakh 2 lakh people, how are they doing that process, how are they taking decisions, is what this chapter will give you an overview, right, ये बता नहीं पाएगा कि क्या करते हैं, but it will give you a fair knowledge of how they do that, right, how they do that. Okay. Yes, Sriram, at the end of the session, I'll probably come back to you. I'll also remember I have to ask Sriram to ask the question to me, right? Awesome. Great, Radhika. Thank you for joining them. Okay, let's go to chapter number 3. अपना marker on कर लेते हैं. Let me take a different color. Let's take purple. Okay, purple ले लेते हैं. Chapter number 3, strategic management process. Okay, ये होता कैसे? Now, this is what we learn in this chapter. Okay, we'll study about corporate planning. Corporate planning दो type की है, strategic planning and operational planning. Right, we'll study about both these things. Super simple. Strategic decision making क्या होता है? हमें data मिल गया. I know what information I have. How do I convert that into decisions? Okay. Strategic intent क्या होता है? The components. Right. Components is vision, mission, objective, business model, business plan, business definition. वो क्या चीजें होती हैं? वो CEO, CFOs बैठ के क्यों बनाते हैं? Why is it important? And what do they actually want to convey by creating a vision or a mission or an objective or a business plan or a business model? With examples padenge, with examples, I'll give you examples of latest startups. Okay, you will understand कि अच्छा, this is what they're doing. Okay, then we'll talk about strategic management model, process क्या है, what are the steps and the stages in strategic management. Okay, so these are the few things, छोटा सा chapter है, and we will quickly do that. Okay. Awesome. Let's go to the first topic, which talks about corporate strategy. Okay. Now, हम लोग ने BCK में एक चीज पढ़ी थी, which is there is a corporate headquarter, right? Then we have different businesses, and every business is a business level, and सबसे नीचे आता था functional level, right? There is corporate level, business level, and functional level. Okay, there are 3 levels in business. We have studied this. Corporate strategy, corporate level पे बनती है. Okay, so we'll be studying out corporate strategy, which is made at corporate level. Business strategy पढ़ेंगे, वो business level पे होती है. Every business general manager, the business head will make these strategies, and functional strategies are actually how you convert these ऊपर वाली दो strategies into actions. Functional strategy is actually converting ऊपर वाली दो strategies into actions is functional strategy. ऊपर 2 levels पे decisions लिए जाते हैं. Corporate strategy vision बनाती है, mission बनाती है, business model बनाती है. The business strategy creates objectives and goals, and functional strategy actually puts them into action. Okay, this is how these 3 levels work. We will today talk about corporate strategy. सबसे टॉप लेवल की बात करेंगे अभी. ओके, नाउ टॉप लेवल की बात तो कर रहे हैं, बट आई गिव यू हिंट. चैप्टर नंबर 3 में आप पढ़ोगे कॉर्पोरेट स्ट्रैटेजी, राइट? इन माइकल पॉटर विल स्टडी अबाउट बिजनेस स्ट्रैटेजी. जैसे हम चैप्टर 4 में पढ़ेंगे आपको क्या स्ट्रैटेजी होती है बिजनेस की, कॉर्पोरेट लेवल की, एंड कॉर्पोरेट लेवल स्ट्रैटेजी चैप्टर 4 में इन डेप्थ पढ़ेंगे, right? And chapter 5 में business level strategies पढ़ेंगे. Okay, corporate level strategy पढ़ेंगे chapter 4 में in depth, the decisions about the company, about the business, and your decisions or strategies about a specific SBU और छोटा सा business within that big company वो हम पढ़ेंगे चैप्टर 5, ठीक है। चैप्टर 3 में वी विल टेक एन ओवरव्यू कि अच्छा ब्रॉड लेवल पे समझेंगे कि होता क्या है, राइट। सो स्ट्रेटेजिक प्लानिंग, ओके, strategic planning is a forward looking process. It's an important line to remember. It's an important line to remember from exam perspective, okay. Strategic planning is a forward looking process. Strategy planning कभी past को नहीं देखती. It is not a past looking, it's always a forward looking. आगे क्या करना है? The question that strategic planning is solving for a business is आगे क्या करना है. So when there is a board meeting, you hear about your directors have a board meeting, like all these senior managers, all these senior people in the company, every year, every quarter, हर 6 महीने में मीटिंग करते हैं, बड़े बड़े होटल्स में they are doing these meetings. करते क्या? वहाँ बैठ के करते क्या? They're doing strategic planning, which means forward-looking process. The question they're solving, if I talk about Indian context, the question they're solving is आगे करना क्या है, राइट। जो हो गया वो ठीक है, अच्छा चल रहा है धंधा, बिजनेस अच्छा चल रहा है, वेरी गुड। व्हाट अबाउट नेक्स्ट 3 years, व्हाट अबाउट नेक्स्ट 5 years, हमें करना क्या है, दैट इज स्ट्रेटेजिक प्लानिंग, फॉरवर्ड लुकिंग प्रोसेस है, राइट। नाउ देयर आर 2 टाइप्स ऑफ प्लानिंग, एक स्ट्रेटेजिक प्लानिंग होती है और एक ऑपरेशनल प्लानिंग होती है, ओके। स्ट्रेटेजिक प्लानिंग इज एन एनालिसिस व्हिच इज बेस्ड बाय टॉप मैनेजमेंट एंड इट इज फोकस्ड ऑन न्यू अपॉर्चुनिटीज, आगे और क्या कर सकते हैं, व्हाट आर द न्यू अपॉर्चुनिटीज वी कैन एक्सप्लॉइट, व्हाइल ऑपरेशनल प्लानिंग इज एक्शन बेस्ड, राइट। ये टॉप मैनेजमेंट करती है, ऑपरेशनल मिडिल एंड लो लेवल मैनेजर्स करते हैं, फोकस ऑन एग्जिस्टिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज, जो हो रहा है उसको और बेटर कैसे करेंगे, दैट इज ऑपरेशनल प्लानिंग। जो हो रहा है, व्हाट वी करेंटली हैव, what we're currently doing, how do I increase my efficiency in my current processes, in my current business, that is operational planning. How do I get into new businesses, what are the new opportunities, what is the new thing that I can do for my business, is strategic planning, okay. This is what this table in your books also talks about, strategic planning and operational planning, right. It shapes the organization's processes, it's a long-term success organization, senior management responsibility, it's a functional level manager responsibility, it develops tactics rather than strategy. ये strategy नहीं बनाते हैं, ये tactics बनाते हैं, that means processes बनाते हैं, कैसे करना चाहिए और अच्छा कैसे करेंगे. So right now if let's say the company takes 3 days to prepare a balance sheet, okay. Now the company is taking 3 days to prepare a balance sheet every month. Now the operational planning will be how can we prepare that in 1 day? How do we improve our process? How do we automate things so that instead of 3 days, I can do this in 1 single day? How do I do that? That is, my friends, operational planning. That is, my friends, operational planning. And strategic planning is balance sheet वगैरह बन रही, existing thing is okay. What about next thing? What is the new business I can get into? What is that new opportunity I can go and tap from the market? Or what is my competitor doing? Competitor क्या कर रहा है? मेरे से better कर रहा है. अगर मेरे से better कर रहा है, can I go and match that? Can I copy that? Can I be better than my competitor? If yes or no, that is what strategic planning is solving for the company. Okay, so strategic planning and operational planning, which comes under corporate planning. Okay, cool. Now, but an external analysis will emerge with dozens of strategic uncertainties. That means when you're talking about strategic planning, it's a future-oriented process. I am saying strategic planning is a future-oriented process. It's a forward-looking है. आगे future में हम क्या कर सकते हैं, क्या करना चाहते हैं, that is what strategic planning is solving. But we don't know the future. But you and me do not know the future. No one knows the future. No one can actually predict the accurate future, right? कि future में क्या होगा? You can only assume based on trends, based on events. BCK में पढ़ा था, based on trends, based on events, right? Based on customer feedback, you can analyze कि अच्छा, this is something that is happening and this might be the future. For example, content creation. A lot of people are right now on YouTube पे vlogging कर रहे हैं, Instagram पे reels बना रहे हैं. That is a trend. That is something that people think for the next 10 years it is going to become a big business, right? You as an influencer can make a lot of money. That is what this is forward looking process. Strategic planning कर रहे हैं वो लोग, right? All these influencers are doing strategic planning, forward looking. 5 साल बाद I will work with these brands. इतनी बड़ी market हो जाएगी. I will have 1 million, 2 million followers. Strategic planning. But there is also uncertainty. TikTok बंद हो गया, right? So a lot of people had a lot of following on TikTok. Instagram पे इतनी following नहीं थी, but they had millions and millions of followers on TikTok, right? TikTok ही बंद हो गया. So there is strategic uncertainty in your strategic planning. How do you deal with it? अब इतना बड़ा business, अच्छा individual level पे तो it might still be okay कि आप अच्छा TikTok पे नहीं हो, Instagram पे आ जाओ. Now think about a company as big as Facebook, okay? फेसबुक जैसी बड़ी कंपनी के बारे में समझिए. सो दे स्टार्टेड अ न्यू प्रोडक्ट, लेट्स से, ओके. फेसबुक स्टार्टेड फेसबुक मार्केट प्लेस कि फेसबुक पे हम लोग एक शॉप बना देंगे. यू कैन कम एंड बाय योर प्रोडक्ट्स ऑन फेसबुक, ओके. नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन इज दिस इज अ न्यू बिजनेस दैट दे आर गेटिंग इनटू, बट स्ट्रेटेजिकली फॉरवर्ड लुकिंग है कि एवरीथिंग विल बी ई कॉमर्स. सब लोग ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग करेंगे. स्ट्रेटेजिक प्लानिंग है, फ्यूचर ओरिएंटेड है, फॉरवर्ड लुकिंग है, न्यू अपॉर्चुनिटी है, एवरीथिंग इज फाइन. बट स्ट्रेटेजिक अनसर्टिनिटी इज that people might not even like your marketplace. People are very used to going to Amazon or a Flipkart or a Meesho or XYZ e-commerce website. They might not want to go and buy product on Facebook marketplace, right? So there is strategic uncertainty for a company like Facebook. If they decide ki chalo, we will spend $500 million on building this marketplace, it might become zero. Chale na. Strategic uncertainty. Chale hi na aapka business, right? Now, how do you deal with it? To be manageable, they need to be grouped into separate logical clusters or themes. What needs to be grouped into is external factors, right? External factors को एक cluster या एक theme में बना दो and assess the importance of each cluster in order to set priorities with respect to information gathering and analysis. Okay, so what we're trying to say here is simple. Future कोई predict नहीं कर सकता है, but what you can do is you can identify themes in the economy. Okay, now I'll tell you the theme in the economy. I am a business. I'll ask you a question. Let us suppose you are the CEO and I am a strategist. आपने मुझे as a strategist hire किया है and I'm coming to you. You are the CEO, okay? You are a CEO. I'm coming to you with a strategy and saying, sir, dekho, ma'am, sirs and ma'ams, the theme in Indian economy is everything is going digital, okay? The theme in the Indian economy is everyone is coming on digital payment. लोग scan करके payment कर रहे हैं. There is Google Pay, there is Bharat Pay, there is Paytm, there is Amazon Pay, right? Everything is coming digital. People are buying insurance. एक क्लिक पे इंश्योरेंस खरीद रहे हैं. एक्को है, ये है, पॉलिसी बाजार है. Everything is going digital in the financial sector. Everything related to financial sector is becoming digital. We as a company should invest our money in this place. हमारा next business idea, our next strategy should be to invest money in digital payments or digitization of financial sector, right? Now, what are the chances of this investment being successful? Okay, I'm asking you. You are the CEO. I've come to you with a strategy telling you कि sir and ma'am, ये theme है economy में. सब कुछ digital हो रहा है financial sector का. Gold bond digital है. Stock market everyone is using on the phone. Shares खरीद रहे हैं कटाकट Zerodha पे, Grow पे. Like everyone can access shares within 5 minutes. Payment scan करके सब कुछ phone पे हो रहा है. We should invest our money in this business, right? काफी ज़्यादा chances है successful होने के, right? So do you as a CEO agree with this theme or not? I'm asking this question to you. Do you think it is a good investment? It might give you good returns, if not a very successful return. पैसा तो कमा लोगे, right? Is this a strategy you think you will at least earn money? Loss तो नहीं होगा, right? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? एटलीस्ट पैसा तो कमा ही लोगे, राइट? यू एग्री, राइट? Yes, of course. Hitesh says yes. Anurag says yes. 50% because a lot of competition is there for sure. But market भी उतनी बड़ी है. Anurag, as a strategist, I'll counter you by saying, if there is competition, market भी उतनी बड़ी है. We just have around 7-8% people in India accessing right now. We have 150 crore people, right? अभी वो लोग स्मार्टफोन पे 30-40% of the जनता is still not on the smartphone, right? सिर्फ cities में ज्यादा लोग अभी use कर रहे हैं. इंटरनेट भी इतना तेज नहीं आया अभी. एंड पीपल डू नॉट हैव एक्सेस टू बैंकिंग राइट नाउ. मार्केट बहुत बड़ी है, कंपटीशन है, मार्केट भी बहुत बड़ी है, राइट? Sudhanshu says no, but a majority of people say yes. You will be able to at least, if not any losses, पैसा तो कमा लेंगे. You will still be able to make money. You will be able to survive for some time, right? It may result affirmative dependent on various factors. Okay, it will be successful business if you survive in the long term, right? Now, this is how you deal with strategic uncertainties. Okay, you create a theme. You understand the theme of the economy of the market, and then you go and build a business. Okay, then you go and build a business. Okay, now this is how you deal with strategic uncertainty. I'm not saying I might be successful in this business, but my chances of success are very high. If I go into this business with a very long-term plan with solid strategy, एक बहुत ही solid strategy से if I go into this business, the chances of my success are relatively high, are comparatively higher than other businesses, right? This is how you deal with strategic uncertainty. Simple है, simple है. 5G is coming, smartphones 7-8 हजार में you're getting smartphones. 5G is coming. That means everyone will have access to fast internet. Banks are becoming digital, so everyone will have access to bank. बैंक का एक्सेस हो गया, स्मार्टफोन का एक्सेस हो गया, इंटरनेट का एक्सेस हो गया. तीनों को कंबाइन कर दो. फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर में तो फुल डिजिटल बूम आ रहा है. एंड नेक्स्ट 5-6 years everyone will have access. The market is huge. The chances of success are huge, right? That is how you deal with strategic uncertainty, by creating a theme, understanding a theme, and then going full force into it. Okay, super. That is how you deal with uncertainty. You group separate logical clusters into themes. Logic, छोटे छोटे लॉजिक है. 5G आ रहा है, स्मार्टफोन आ रहा है, right? Banks digital हो रहे हैं. So I created different logics. I took different logics, उनका एक क्लस्टर बना के एक थीम बना ली. उनका क्लस्टर बना के I grouped them together to create a theme. Okay, financial sector is going to digitize way too much in the next 5-6 years. 5G is coming, smartphones are becoming cheaper, and banks are going digital. 3 different logics clustered together, assessed it, analyzed it, and thought, okay, financial economy is what I have to tap my business into. That is how you deal with strategic uncertainty. Group separate logical clusters of themes and assess the importance of each cluster, and then go full force. Okay, awesome. Now, impact of strategic uncertainty. ठीक है, impact of strategic uncertainty क्या होता है? It could either be successful. आपकी strategy जो आपने बनाई है could be successful, or it can be a flop show. हो सकता है आपका दाव उल्टा पड़ जाए. Probably what you're thinking did not even happen. Then what will happen? You're thinking 5G आ रहा है, 5G आ रहा है, 5G आ रहा है. Something happens and 5G is delayed for another 5 years. आपका तो बिजनेस आप सोच रहे थे यार 5G आ रहा है, but that logic that was dependent on external environment, that did not happen. Now think about someone in Russia. Someone in Russia was thinking कि यार मैं चलो फटाफट से बिजनेस अपना बनाता हूँ, right? Like let me start some business in Russia. रशिया में वॉर हो गई. आपकी तो पूरी स्ट्रैटेजी, अनसर्टेनिटी, थीम, लॉजिक सब फेल हो गया, right? Everything that you thought of, you were smart enough from your business perspective, everything failed क्योंकि रशिया तो वॉर पे चला गया. So this is still an uncertainty. Now the impact of strategic uncertainty can be 3. Either you become successful, or your strategy becomes flop, or you remain constant. ना ज्यादा प्रॉफिट हुआ, ना ज़्यादा loss हुआ. Okay. Now, sometimes strategic uncertainty is represented by a future trend or event that has inherent unpredictability, like Russia war. Right? For I'm just giving you an example. COVID आ गया, रशिया वॉर हो गई, स्टॉक मार्केट क्रैश कर गई, राइट? सो इकोनॉमिक क्राइसिस हो गया, राइट? इन्फ्लेशन बहुत हाई हो गई. सो दीज आर अनप्रिडिक्टेबल फॉर अ कॉमन मैन लाइक यू एंड मी. It's very unpredictable. हम तो predict ही नहीं कर सकते, right? Someone in the government might be able, someone like a PM or a minister might even foresee कि चलो अगले 3 महीने 6 महीने में क्या होने वाला है. But you and me cannot predict that, right? As a common person. So this has an inherent unpredictability. In that case, scenario analysis can be employed. In this case, scenario analysis can be employed, where solutions to uncertainty can be viewed with flexible future scenarios for easy adaptability. That means where solutions to uncertainty can be viewed with flexible future scenarios. अब scenario analysis करते हैं, right? Scenario analysis बहुत simple होता है. Scenario analysis का logic is, अगर ये होगा तो मैं क्या करूंगा, अगर वो होगा तो मैं क्या करूंगा, अगर ये नहीं होगा तो मैं क्या करूंगा, right? This is what scenario analysis is all about. If this happens, what will I do? If that happens, what will I do? If this does not happen, what will I do? You create scenarios and you identify, you create different plans. Okay. Now I'll give you a classic example. अब पढ़ने बैठ रहे हो, you're starting your preparation. Okay. You're starting your preparation and you think about कि if I finish this in 2 weeks, this is what I'll complete. I'll complete it in 2 weeks, तो मैं revision करूँगा. If I complete it in 4 weeks, मैं delay हो जाता हूँ तो मैं revision नहीं करूँगा. What I'll do is I'll complete in 1 week. I'll do this in this week. I'll do revision in that week. So creating scenarios, and then जैसा like to start progressing into your business of preparation, जो आपको suit करता है. How the situation changes, you go to that scenario, you go to that scenario, right? So that is scenario analysis. To safeguard yourself from strategic uncertainty. अब 3-4 scenarios बना लेते हो, A, B, C and D. This happens, this will do. If this happens, this is what we'll do. If this happens, ये कर लेंगे. वो होगा तो ये कर लेंगे, right? This is called scenario analysis. Simple logic. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Any questions or something I'm waiting for? If no, just give me a heads up, go ahead, so that I know that you guys are on track with me. And I hope you haven't slept. Bore nahi ho rahe. Awesome. No doubt, nothing crystal clear. Awesome. Thank you, Vinay, Hitesh, Radhika. Thank you, Prabhas. Thank you. Cool. If you do not have any doubts and questions, let's quickly go to the next topic, right? Which is strategic decision making. The next topic is strategic decision making, which means, simple bhasha mein bolu, to selecting the best course of action. Like you had a doubt, okay? Now strategic decision making kya hai? Ab 10th mein ho. Now think about this. I can go further. Thank you, Siddharth. You're not sleeping. Thank you so much. We do scenario analysis every day. Every single day we do that. We do that every single day. Awesome. We'll come to that. Namrata, abhi isme, I'll give you an example of scenario analysis as well. Okay? Abhi isme karenge. Now, strategic decision making is selecting the best course of action. Okay. Now, simple hai. You were in class 10th. Okay. You were in class 10th. आपके 10th के बोर्ड से पहले you got a form in your school. साइंस लेनी है, कॉमर्स लेनी है. Now there was a huge decision to be made by you. There was a huge decision to be made by you. You're just in 10th. You're 15. Exactly what it meant, right? This is exactly what strategic decision making was all about. Okay, selecting the best course of action. Selecting the best course of action. आपके लिए सबसे बढ़िया क्या रहेगा, what will be the best course of action for you, you had to decide. Okay, आपने वो कैसे किया था? Okay, how did you decide? Let's see how you decided that, and then we'll take example of business. What all should be considered while making strategic decision? जब आपने वो strategic decision लिया था, so what were the different dimensions of strategic decision? This is the keyword for your examinations. Question आएगा dimensions of strategic decisions, right? Dimensions of strategic decisions. Number one, top management's involvement. मम्मी पापा से पूछा था, बड़े भाई बहन से पूछा था, they are the top management. खुद का डिसीजन ले रहे हैं, खुद बैठे. We had questions from our parents. You asked this about from your elder siblings or cousins. Top management को आपने involve किया decision making. It was a strategic decision making. You involved the top management. Okay, cool. Science होनी नहीं, arts लेंगे नहीं. Correct. That is what you decided. But you also had your parents involved. Top management का involvement हो गया. Number two, commitment of organizational resources. Right. What does organizational resources means? Now, think about this. Commitment of organizational resources. Now, some of you thought कि यार डॉक्टर बनना है, but then you thought डॉक्टर बनने में यार 50-60 लाख रुपीस लगते हैं. I don't think my family can afford. I don't think I can afford that. And a lot of us took that decision to not become a doctor. Fair, true. That is what happens, right? So commitment of organizational resources is also considered as a dimension of strategic decisions. You understand, can I afford that or can I not? Some of you wanted to do your undergrad after 12th from USA. या US जाके हम लोग कंप्यूटर साइंस पढ़ेंगे, but US जाके कंप्यूटर साइंस में 40-50 लाख रुपए लगेंगे. I cannot afford that. So I will probably plan my future according to my resources. Commitment of organizational resources. Number three, necessitate consideration of factors in the firm's external environment. Okay, external environment की opportunity क्या है? If I take commerce करके मैं CA करूँगा, I will give CAT, I will go for MBA. अच्छा पैकेज है मार्केट में, अच्छी जॉब मिलती है. I can do my practice also. मैं GST में प्रैक्टिस कर सकता हूँ. I can practice in taxation. मैं law practice कर सकता हूँ. I can become part of some ministry. I can take some job in HDFC Bank, in ICICI Bank, in SBI, LIC में काम कर सकता हूँ. I can take jobs. I can go for UPSC, right? External environment के opportunities देखते हो आप. You're taking decision in 10th. अभी कुछ हुआ नहीं है. But you're looking at the consideration of factors in the external environment. Market में opportunity किस में है? अगर मैं ये लूँगा तो what will I do? अगर मैं ये लूँगा तो मैं क्या करूँगी? अगर मैं वो लूँगी तो क्या करूँगी? Right? That is what external environment analysis. You were in 10th and you were doing an analysis of external environment जिसका आपको कुछ पता ही नहीं था. That is strategic decision making. Number four, significant impact on long-term prosperity of the firm, right? When you're taking strategic decisions, you know that is going to have a significant impact on your long-term prosperity, right? आप अपनी long-term prosperity, अपना success देख के you take those decisions, right? It is a significant impact on your long-term prosperity, and that is what you consider when taking strategic decisions. Decisions are future oriented, which is for sure. Strategic decision making है, it will be future oriented. Future oriented ही होगा. Number 6, decisions have multifunctional or multi-business consequences. That means multifunctional को आप समझ सकते हैं. When you take a decision, it is also going to impact everyone in your organization. Every business, your parents will be impacted by it. Your younger or elder siblings are going to be impacted by it, right? Everyone in your family is going to be impacted by your decisions, right? So, for example, you decide to take science, you want to go into JE, you want to crack an IIT. Now, you will prepare your parents likewise. कि देखो मुझे, I will have to take some classes. I will have to take some very costly books. 5,000-7,000 का तो हमारा question bank आएगा. I have to take classes which is around 1 lakh, 1.5 lakhs. or you plan to do UPSC, आपको IAS बनना है, IPS बनना है. So you decide, you tell your parents कि after 12th I'll do graduation from this, let's say Delhi University or St. Xavier's or some Mumbai University or Pune Symbiosis से करूँगी, right? You go and do that. And then you say, I have to do UPSC. So your parents, your siblings are mentally prepared कि ठीक है, they are going to study for the next 7-8 years, right? UPSC में तो time लगता ही है. You know that. Your parents know that. So decisions have multifunctional consequences. Now, these are the 6 dimensions of strategic decision making. Simple इसको business में समझते हैं within 10 seconds. When a business is taking a strategic decision, top management involvement होते हैं. CEO, CFO, Vice President, strategic heads, everyone sits around the table and take decision. Commitment of organization resources. हमारे बैंक में कितना पैसा पड़ा है? How many people do I have? I want to create 10,000 more units every day. अभी I make 10,000 units. I want to double my production. Cost लगेगी, लोग लगेंगे, location लगेगी, raw material लगेगा. Can I manage इतना पैसा? Do I have so much पैसा? Yes or no? You have to have commitment of your organizational resources. Necessitate consideration of factors in the firm's external environment. मैं तो production double कर दूंगा, but are customers ready to buy so many products or not? External environment, competition उसको कैसे ले रहा है? How is the competition? How is competition taking that as a firm's external environment? Competition उसको accept कैसे करना? Right? Significant impact on the long-term prosperity of the firm. Your decisions are going to impact the long-term prosperity of the firm. Decisions are future-oriented. Your decisions of the business are going to impact your future of your company. Decisions are multifunctional, multi-businesses. The decision taken by top management, right? Top management ka decision will impact everyone. Finance department, purchase department, marketing department, logistics department, R&D department, सारे departments को ये decisions will impact. Strategic decisions will impact every function in the company. That is what strategic decision making is all about. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. आगे बढ़ते हैं to study the next core thing, which is strategic intent. Okay. Strategic intent बहुत ही simple concept है, which explains why are you into this business. मैं जो business कर रहा हूँ और कर रही हूँ, why am I in this business is what you explain here. Okay. I think before we start strategic intent, how about if we take a 5 minutes break? अभी लेते हैं. It's 8:15. Let us take a 5 minutes break. Okay. What do you suggest? Let us take a 5 minutes break. Quickly, chat में फटाफट से लिख दो. If we can take a 5 minutes break and then we'll start, because तभी थोड़ा ज़्यादा समझ आएगा. I think थोड़ा gap आ जाएगा तो ज़्यादा समझ आएगा. Quickly tell me. Awesome. We have 2 thumbs up from one ready. Awesome. What about others? 8:15 हुए हैं. We will be back at 8:20. 5 minutes का फटाफट से short break ले लेते. Right? Karthik, I think I need a break, so इसलिए I'm requesting. Let's take a 5 minutes break. Cool. So guys, you also go get something to eat, stretch, and I'll see you back in 5 minutes, 8:20. Cool? Okay, let's meet you at 8:20 then. Okay. All right, guys, I am back. Wait for another 30-40 seconds while you also join back, and then we will start with strategic intent. Great. Radhika is back. Mona is back. Vinay is back. Good to see you guys on time. We'll just wait for another 30 seconds for others also join in, right? Because of online, थोड़ा सा leverage देना चाहिए. Awesome. Hiral has a question. Ms. Hiral Parekh says, strategic intent means the intention behind strategy. Is it true? Absolutely yes, Hiral. You're absolutely right. Awesome. We'll come to that, Radhika. Intent का क्या मतलब होता है, right? Intention सुना है आपने? Have you heard about the word intention? That you probably tell your friends that तुम्हारी intention ठीक नहीं, or your intention is not right. That is intent. That is what we're talking about here. Your intentions, why they want to do what they want to do, is intention. Okay. Awesome. Most of you are back. So let us get back to business, which is strategic intent. Okay. Now, why they want to do what they want to do is called strategic intent. Strategic management is a dynamic process to realize the organization's strategic intent. It is an expression of aims to be achieved operationally. ये सब तो हो गई किताब की बातें. What does it actually mean? Okay. This is your answer for your question. आपका क्वेश्चन का आंसर ये रहा. At a corporate level, the vision and mission statements are your strategic intent. At a business level, your business definition and your business model are your strategic intent. Intent का मतलब क्या है? Intent का मतलब is why are you doing this business? भाई धंधा करना क्यों है आपको? पैसे कमाने हैं? Very good. पैसे सब बिजनेस को कमाने हैं. Why are you there in that business? यही वाला क्यों? The question is not about why are you in the business. The question is why are you in this business? Okay? आपको यही business क्यों करना है? Right? पैसा तो आप किसी भी business में कमा सकते हैं. You can earn money, you can make profits in any business, right? There is everyone who is at the top of every business. Okay, so take any business. गाड़ी बनाने का business है. Maruti is at the top in lower segment. Ferrari is at top of the luxury segment. किसी ना किसी business में कोई ना कोई topper तो होगा. There will always be a number one company in any industry. So that means you can make money in any business. Simple है. But why do you want to do this particular specific business? Is your answer to strategic intent. And why is this important? And why is this important for a business is so that it keeps you on track. It keeps you on track. Okay. Now, somebody asks you a question, yaar, aap CA kyun kar rahe? Why are you studying chartered accountancy? Yehi kyun? You could have done science. Same dimag lagta, right? Same dimag lagta. Same school tha. All your friends are same. Everything you're doing is same. Why do you want to do CA and you did not try IIT? क्यों नहीं किया? Right? There was a strategic intent behind it, probably. Right? Why do you want to do this? Because probably I think this is more suitable to what I want to do. Right? Science मुझे ज़्यादा मन नहीं था. I did not want to do science per se. I was more interested in financial sector. I was more interested in money. Right? Not earning money, but understanding money or how businesses work. I want to be at the business side of things. Rather than the technology side, I want to be at the finance side of things rather than the technology or HR or marketing. मुझे उसमें ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट नहीं था. मुझे इंटरेस्ट ज़्यादा फाइनेंस में. पैसा कैसे संभालता है, इतने ज़्यादा पैसा, वैल्यूएशन क्या है. फाइनेंस इज अ वेरी बिग सेक्टर, राइट? Audit, taxation, valuations, this, that, banking, e-commerce, सब में फाइनेंस लग रहा है, राइट? and that is why you wanted to do it. So that is your strategic intent. यही क्यों करना है is the answer. It helps you remain focused for a long term. आप आज you are like 18 years old, you're 19 years old, you're 20 years old, you're 21 years old, right? Now you have a strategic intent. Why am I doing CA? When you're 50 years old, you will have a same strategic intent. क्यों CA किया था? क्योंकि ये area पसंद है. This is what I wanted to do, right? So strategic intent is a very long-term thing. Why? Which helps you remain focused. आप confused नहीं होगे, right? At any point in time, now you will not be confused कि यार IIT कर लेना चाहिए था. नहीं, हमको करना ही नहीं था, right? So this is what strategic intent है. But at a corporate level, how do you define your intent? अब लोगों को कैसे बताएं? Employees को, shareholders को, how do I tell employees, the shareholders, the general public that what is my strategic intent? I am Tata. Why am I into steel business? I am Reliance. Why am I into petroleum business? अपना vision और mission statement से मैं लोगों को बताऊं. मैं अपना strategic intent कि हाँ मैं बहुत अच्छा business हूँ. मैं सिर्फ पैसे कमाने नहीं आया हूँ. मुझे और भी बहुत कुछ करना है. पैसे तो मैं कमाऊंगा ही. Right? I will earn money. I will make profits. I'm here for profits. But profit is not the only thing. BCK में sustainable में we have studied this. Sustainable development, sustainable vision, sustainable strategy. We have studied in BCK. The profits are not the only reason for business. Strategic intent. And you define this through vision and mission statement at corporate level. And business level पे you define it by business definition and business model. Simple है. Okay. Now, this is how it is. Strategic intent core में होती है. सबसे अंदर आपके पास आपके मन के अंदर is strategic intent. उस intent से आप अपना vision बनाते हैं. Right? Vision is what you want to achieve in the future. There is a strategic intent very close to your heart. Your vision is what you want to achieve in the future. Your mission is how will you achieve that? How will you achieve that is your mission statement. आपको future में क्या करना है? That is your vision. How will you achieve that is your mission, right? Business definition is actually the explanation of हम करते क्या हैं. What do we do? मैं करता क्या हूँ is my business definition. मैं पढ़ाई करता हूँ. I'm a student. Is my business definition. Business model क्या है? For a business, how do you make money is your business model. Okay. Shark Tank में आपने देखा होगा. Shark Tank, if you've seen, or all these startups, the funding when they go for funding to investors, investor उससे पूछता है आपका business model क्या है? Business model means how do you make money? पैसा कैसे कमाते हो? फ्री में तो नहीं काम कर रहे हो. लॉस मेकिंग तो नहीं है. हाउ डू यू जनरेट कैश इन योर बिजनेस इज बिजनेस मॉडल. एंड टू अचीव ऑल ऑफ दिस यू हैव गोल्स एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. अपना विजन, मिशन, बिजनेस मॉडल, ऑब्जेक्टिव सब कुछ आपको अचीव करने के लिए आप छोटे छोटे गोल्स बनाते हो. यू क्रिएट इवन स्मॉलर ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, राइट? आज ये करूंगा. सो एवरी डे द प्लान ऑफ एवरी डे converts into a small objective. Everyday objective becomes a goal. My aaj ka objective is to complete SM chapter 3, right? My goal is in the next 10 sessions I have to complete the entire syllabus. That is my goal. But my objective is aaj mujhe chapter 3 complete karna hai. That is my objective. My goal is mere ko agle 10 sessions mein my goal is agle 10 sessions mein mere ko syllabus complete karna hai, right? This is what objectives and goals are. When I'm achieving my objectives every day to achieve my overall long-term goal, that means I am achieving my mission. If I'm achieving my mission, that means I'm achieving my vision. If I'm achieving my vision, that means my strategic intent is successful. Simple. What simple? Right? It is so simple. Objective, हर दिन का objective achieve करेंगे to achieve your goals. When you achieve your goals, you achieve your mission. When you achieve your mission, you achieve your vision. And when you achieve your vision, you achieve your strategic intent. And that is strategic intent with all the components. So there are 5 components of strategic intent: vision, mission, business definition, business model, goals, and objectives. Awesome. We can apply in a study, absolutely. Everything what you do every day is strategic management. मैं तो simple बोलता हूँ. We're talking from a business perspective, but every single day you're doing strategic management. Scenario analysis. Somebody was asking about scenario analysis, right? मैं मेट्रो से जाऊंगा मुझे 40 मिनट लगेंगे. It will take me 40 minutes to reach my college if I go by metro, but it will cost me 30 rupees. If I take a shared auto and then I take a bus, it will cost me again 30 rupees, but it will take me 1 hour. तो मैं बस से और ऑटो से तो नहीं जाऊंगा. If I take a direct auto, right, it will take 100 rupees, but I will reach in 20 minutes, right? And I have an exam today. So probably I should take an auto, even if it costs more, I should take an auto क्योंकि 20 मिनट में पहुंच जाएंगे. Scenario analysis, strategic management, रोज कर रहे हो. You're taking strategic decisions every single day. This is what business is doing. It is an ongoing managerial process. Strategic management, chapter number 1, definition number 1. It is an ongoing managerial process. आप लोग भी तो यही कर रहे हैं. You and me are doing the same thing every day. Same चीज business को करना, right? बिजनेस डेफिनेशन एंड बिजनेस मॉडल डिफरेंट कैसे है? राधिका, आगे की स्लाइड्स अभी बची हैं. लेट मी कम टू. रुको जरा, सबर करो. वी विल हैव दोस स्लाइड्स, राइट? द गोल इज दैट वी विल गेट 46 मार्क्स इन पेपर 7B. गेट 50 out of 50 बस. सब ले आओ. Proper interrelated and interdependent analysis is strategic intent. That's a very theoretical. You can, if you're able to understand that, good. I'm trying to make it simple for you. Right? So proper interrelated and interdependent analysis is strategic intent. Yes, to an extent, absolutely yes. But इतना complicated क्यों बनाना? इतना simple तो है, right? Okay. Now, what is the difference between business definition and business model? Zomato का example है. There's a company called Zomato, right? सबने use किया है. We all have used Zomato now. Zomato is in the business of food aggregator and food delivery. ये इसकी business definition. Business definition क्या होती है? Business definition होती है the basic understanding of what business the organization is into. The basic understanding of what business the organization is into is called business definition. Okay? आप किस business में हो? That is business definition. Zomato is in the business of food aggregator and food delivery. Food aggregator सारे restaurants का एक ऐप में डाल दिया, aggregate कर दिया and food deliver करता है. That is the business definition. What is the business model of Zomato? The business model is it makes money via service fee from the customers. आपसे लिखा था 40 rupees delivery, 80 rupees convenience fee, 120 रुपए, 120 rupees का आप सैंडविच मंगवाओ, आप रोल मंगवाओ, 120 रुपए और Zomato ले लेना. That is how they make money. And they also take sales commissions from the restaurants and is also now making money through marketing and ads. अगर आपको अपना रेस्टोरेंट टॉप में लाना है, recommended, promoted, recommended, जहां से रोल खरीदो, जहां से खरीदो, it is charging money from the restaurants, right? So that is the business model. Business definition is what do you do? आपका धंधा क्या है? So Zomato says my business definition is I am a food aggregator and food delivery app. That is my business definition. Then the question is, what is your business model? The business model is, I charge service fee and convenience fee from the customers. I charge a sales commission from the restaurants. And I also charge money for people to promote their restaurant or product or food item on my app. I'm making money from there. That is my business model, right? This is the difference between business definition and business model. Our goals and objectives at functional level, most of the times, yes. Most of the times, yes. You're right. Absolutely, Siddharth. You sleep early, get up early. So strategy is like sleep early. Absolutely. Now, do you understand the difference between a business definition and a business model? इससे easy example आपको कहीं नहीं मिलेगा. So this is the easiest example that you can refer to is business definition versus business model. Is this clear? Business definition and business model. Is this clear? Awesome. Radhika, I'm happy now that you understand the confusion. कंफ्यूजन हट जाना चाहिए. सेशन का मोटिव ये, आई नो यू कैन स्टडी द स्टडी मटेरियल, यू विल स्कोर रियली गुड मार्क्स. आप क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस करोगे, सब हो जाएगा. the thing is you should understand the concept well. बाकी तो पढ़ना है ही. बाकी तो study material is the Bible, you will have to study. There is no alternative to it. Cool. Let us go to the next topics, which is vision, mission and goals and objectives. ठीक है, बहुत फटाफट से करेंगे. Next 20 minutes में हमको ये खत्म कर देना चाहते हैं. Vision. What is my future position? Right? Future position is my vision. मेरा विजन है मैं इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा बिजनेस बन जाऊं इन लेट्स से XYZ नमकीन्स फॉर एग्जांपल. मेरे को बहुत बड़ा बिजनेस बनना है. नमकीन्स इज माय विजन. माय मिशन इज माय करंट पोजीशन. इट टॉक्स अबाउट ग्रोथ, राइट? मिशन टॉक्स अबाउट ग्रोइंग द ग्रोथ एंड इट इज माय करंट पोजीशन. व्हाट डू आई डू राइट नाउ? मैं अभी क्या करता हूं इज माय मिशन एंड हाउ डू आई इंप्रूव दैट. My vision is where I want to be is my vision. My mission is what I do to achieve my vision. मैं vision को achieve करने के लिए अभी क्या करता हूँ, that is my mission. And goals and objectives are how will we achieve the future position with current position. The real plan. The real plan is goals and objectives. Like I told you, छोटे छोटे everyday objectives you will keep achieving to achieve a goal. When you start achieving your goals, you are on the right mission. When you achieve your mission, your future position where you want to be in the future is secure, right? That is your vision. That is how all these things are part of strategic intent, right? Okay. A business model is totally focused on creation of money from the business. Absolutely, yes. Business definition is what company does. Business model is how it earns. Absolutely. Simple. You got the right concept now. Simple ekdam. Vision, future position. Mission, current position talks about growth. Goals and objectives, chote plans to achieve overall mission, to achieve overall vision. Right? Chote plans, chote objectives and goals को हम करते हैं achieve to achieve that vision and mission. Okay, super. The 3 elements of vision. जब हम vision बनाते हैं, जब हम अपनी future position की बात करते हैं, we need to take care of 3 things. Very simple, right? Coming up with a mission statement. आपको vision बनाने के लिए आपको mission statement होना जरूरी है. To have a strategic vision, you need to know your current position, right? Mission is current position. अगर करंट पोजीशन ही नहीं पता होगी तो फ्यूचर का कैसे बात करोगे? यू डू नॉट नो योर करंट पोजीशन तो फ्यूचर की बात कैसे करोगे? सो टू हैव अ विजन यू नीड टू हैव अ मिशन स्टेटमेंट. यूजिंग द मिशन स्टेटमेंट एज अ बेसिस फॉर डिसाइडिंग ऑन लॉन्ग टर्म कोर्स ऑफ मेकिंग चॉइसेस. सो एक विजन स्टेटमेंट के लिए एक मिशन स्टेटमेंट होना जरूरी है, राइट? विजन होने से पहले आपके पास एक मिशन होना चाहिए. टू हैव अ विजन you should at least have a mission, right? आपका मिशन ही नहीं होगा तो विजन कैसे होगा, right? करंट पोजीशन का नॉलेज ही नहीं है. इफ यू आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ योर करंट पोजीशन you cannot make or predict or decide your future position, right? So you need to have a mission statement. You need to use that mission statement to decide your vision statement, and you have to communicate the vision in clear, exciting terms to the organization-wide commitment. Matlab, every employee, every shareholder, every manager in the company should know हमें future में कहाँ पहुँचना है, उसकी तरफ वो काम करेंगे. If the employees, if the organization, the managers are not clearly communicated about, or they're not excited about the future position of the company, they will not work for the future of the company, right? So a vision statement should be clearly in exciting terms, be communicated to the employees, organization, and the manager, right? What is the difference between goals and objectives is the question from Aditi. Aditi, I'll say that again. रुको जरा, सबर करो, अभी चल रही है क्लास, we'll come to that, right? But it is good that you guys have curiosity, and I'm really happy. Everyone who's asking those questions of the next slide, you should ask those questions. That means you want to learn that ye kya hai, ye kya hai. That is a good thing, right? And we'll come to that right in the next slide. But there's a question. बहुत ज़्यादा concept हो गए, एक question solve करते हैं. Which can be employed when information gathering and additional information are not able to reduce uncertainty. इसमें से कौन सा analysis you will use when information gathering and additional information, right, are not able to reduce uncertainty. आपके पास बहुत सारी information है, but वो आपकी uncertainty is not able to give you a solid strategy. You have a lot of information, but it is not able to give you a solid strategy. Which of these analyses will you use? Aditi and Radhika, I'll come to that question. So I'll explain. While people are answering this question, let me explain your doubt. Okay. Is strategic vision dependent both on mission statement and strategic intent? No. Your vision should match with your mission. Your vision should match with your mission. Current position से match होनी चाहिए future position. आप ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते कि भाई I am a 100 crore business. In the next 2 years, I will be 1 lakh crore business. Not possible. Not possible. कोई नहीं कर सकता. 1,000 times business karna is nearly impossible in 2 years. So your current position ke basis pe, you should have a future position. Now coming to strategic intent. All these vision, mission, business model, business definition, goals and objectives. ये 5 elements है strategic intent के. Strategic intent के अंदर आता है vision, mission, goals and objectives, business definition, business model. All these 5 elements come within strategic intent. Okay, so intent होने के लिए ये 5 चीजें होनी जरूरी है. Intent होने के लिए ये 5 चीजें होनी जरूरी है. You need to have all these 5 elements to have a strategic intent. Okay. Mission is a subset of vision, and vision is a superset of mission, goals, and objectives. Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes, Shreya. You're right. And majority of you have given the answer as D, which is scenario analysis. Is this the right answer? Absolutely yes. जब आपके पास बहुत सारी information है, but you're not able to reduce your uncertainty, you go and use scenario analysis. You go and use scenario analysis. Awesome. सही है, एकदम सही है. Okay. Another question on the screen, boys and girls. Quickly, let us solve this question as well. फटाफट से ये क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करके खत्म कर देते हैं. Abhay wants to develop a strategic vision for his cake brand. What of the following can he ignore from them? अभय भैया को स्ट्रैटेजिक विजन बनाना है फॉर हिज केक ब्रांड. इन्होंने एक केक का ब्रांड बनाया है. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग कैन ही इग्नोर? इग्नोर कर सकते हैं, नहीं जरूरत है. विजन के लिए इसमें से इस चीज की जरूरत नहीं है. विच इज द राइट आंसर? विजन इज visualization of future position of in current situations. Yes, Hiral, that is a good statement. Okay, modifying strategic vision with time is what I read as answers from you. What about others? I've only got 4-5 answers. What about others? फटाफट से. D. Prabhat says B. What about others? Let's just spend 10 more seconds on this. I'll wait for 10 more seconds. फटाफट से answers. I need answers on the chat. D. Cool. The answer you guys are saying is D, and that is the right answer. Modifying strategic vision with time. Modifying strategic vision with time is the right thing. Okay. मिशन के बारे में हम पढ़ लिया है, राइट? आई जस्ट क्विकली समराइज व्हाट मिशन इज, who we are and what we do, current situation, right? It helps the investors, shareholders and employees to understand what mission क्या बताता है, right? Current business scope बताता है. It helps the investors, shareholders and employees to understand the present capabilities, current situation, the focus areas, कहाँ पे betterment लानी है, growth की बात करता है. It talks about growth and current activities of the organization. Everything in the current capabilities, current activities, focus areas, what is the growth areas, kahan pe improvement la sakte hain, talks about mission, or mission talks about all these things, right? Question on the screen again. Back to back MCQs, exam oriented, right? What we want to be is vision, and how are we going to achieve that is mission. Absolutely right, Namrata. BCK में भी पढ़ा था हमने, right? We have done this in BCK also. Next question on the screen, quickly. You guys wanted MCQs? I have a lot of MCQs for you. Sugandha has an export business, but her father was not sure why she wanted to have a mission for their business. Why do you think Sugandha would have asked him to have a mission statement? To have its own special identity, to reduce rivalry in the industry, to guide resources in a proper way, or to change ethical environment? It is not compulsory to communicate modified vision with all in business. Okay. So here, why we talk about that is it is not a necessary thing, right? That is what we're talking about. Why can that be ignored when creating a vision? When you're basically creating your vision, तब आप ignore कर सकते हो. जब आप change कर रहे हो तब नहीं. But while you're creating a new vision for your business, Abhay was creating a new vision बना रहा था. At that point in time, he can ignore, right? That is how the question is tricky. आप कहोगे यार ये तो होना ही नहीं चाहिए, but you have to read the question, where in their business they are. It's a new business that is creating a vision. That point in time, it can ignore that, right? So position of business भी तो देखना है हमें. Kushi, I think that also answers your doubt as well, right? When you're creating your vision for the first time, you can ignore modifying it with time. मैं change करने के लिए तो vision नहीं बना रहा हूँ. If I need, I will change that in future. But while I'm creating, I'm not concerned about changing it. I'm concerned about creating that vision for the next 10 years. Change करना पड़ेगा तो करेंगे, but बनाते वक्त नहीं सोचेंगे कि हमें change करना है. So that is why you can ignore changing when you are creating. Okay. Awesome. A lot of you are saying C and A. C or A के बीच people have this confusion. A lot of you are saying C, to guide resources in a proper way. The correct answer is to have its own special identity. To guide resources in a proper way is vision. The trick question is, to guide resources in a proper way is vision. To guide resources in a proper way is vision. Vision बनता है कॉर्पोरेट लेवल पे. सबसे ऊपर लोग बैठे हैं, फ्यूचर देख रहे हैं, वो गाइड करते हैं. पैसा यहाँ लगाओ, ये वाला पैसा उठा के यहाँ लगाओ, ये वाला पैसा उठा के वहां लगाओ. That is vision. That is vision. Mission से तो क्या होता है? You have your own special identity. What I do right now is creating my identity. मेरे फ्यूचर के सपने are not creating my identity. Okay, my future के सपने will not create your identity. If Virat Kohli says I will create 100 centuries, Virat Kohli पहला मैच खेलने आया. Okay, think about this. Virat Kohli has come to play his first match and in an interview says I will make 100 centuries. अगले 100 मैचेस में मैं सब में सेंचुरी बनाऊंगा. लोग कहेंगे निकलो यहाँ से, right? So the special identity of Virat Kohli is not his vision. The special identity is his mission, what he does right now. If he's making constantly centuries, अगले 5 से 6 मैचेस में लगातार he makes centuries, that is going to create a special identity. How are you efficient? What is that you do right now which is great? What is that you do right now which is defining you as a different from your competitor? That is mission. That is mission. To guide resources in a proper way is a vision. राइट, वो टॉप लेवल है. ये चीज करेंगे, गाइड करते, ये चीज इसको यहाँ लगाओ, इसको वहां करो. राइट, दैट इज विजन. एब्सोल्युटली. सो दीज आर ट्रिक क्वेश्चंस. एग्जाम में तो घूम जाओगे. एग्जाम में, दैट इज व्हाई वी आर प्रैक्टिसिंग दिस. That is why I keep telling you, practice questions from question bank, practice question on study material. Then only you will have doubts. मैं पढ़ाऊंगा, बहुत easy है. Strategic math is super easy. But the moment you start doing questions, it is really tough. It is समझ ही नहीं आता, अरे ये कैसे हो गया आंसर, ये क्यों है आंसर. That is why it is an answer, right? This is why to have its own special identity, right? Okay. Let's go to the next, goals and objectives. बहुत सिंपल है, बहुत सिंपल है. गोल्स और ऑब्जेक्टिव्स के बीच में फर्क क्या है, राइट? देयर वाज अ क्वेश्चन दैट यू गाइस आस्क्ड, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन गोल्स एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव्स? Goals are open-ended. Goals are open-ended that denote the future outcome. Objectives are close-ended. Objectives are close-ended, which are precise. Precise होते, सटीक होते हैं. And they are performance targets होते हैं, right? They are a performance target acting as benchmarks of the performance, right? They are expressed in specific terms. That is objective, right? Objectives translate the goals to both long-term and short-term perspective and are needed at all organizational levels. Goals are open-ended. Objectives are close-ended. मतलब क्या है इसका? ये तो सर के ऊपर से चला गया. What does this mean? Okay. Let me explain. Okay, goals are open-ended, objectives are close-ended. यहाँ पे example दिया है. I've given an example here. Okay, your goal is to get a rank. Your goal is to get a rank. Goal is to get a rank. That means it's an open-ended. Open-ended है. मेरे को rank चाहिए. I want to get a rank. My goal is to get a rank in my examinations. Objective is to do 2 revisions per subject. उस rank को पाने के लिए I will have to every subject का 2 बार तो मैं revision करना ही है मुझे. That is my objective. That is my objective to achieve my goal. My objective to achieve my goal is to revise every subject twice. Is my objective to achieve my goal, and the goal is to achieve a rank. Okay, sure. So absolutely, there's a great example from Namrata who says your vision is to be a CA, and right now you are clearing intermediate level is your mission, right? Your mission, that is your current identity. That is your current identity. How is it defining you? You are an intermediate student right now. Your vision is to become a chartered accountant, but your mission right now is to clear intermediate examination. CA तभी बनोगे जब intermediate exam clear करोगे. The current identity of you is intermediate student, right? ये तो नहीं बोल सकते मैं CA हूँ, नहीं बोल सकते, but future में बनना है. और उसके लिए my current position is to clear intermediate examinations. उसके लिए मेरा goal है, mission है. Now that's a great example, Namrata. I'll just link everything. Vision is to become a CA. Current position is intermediate student. Your goal in your mission, within your mission of clearing your intermediate examination, your goal is to achieve a rank, which is an open-ended goal. Define नहीं कर रहे, कैसे करेंगे नहीं पता. Open-ended है, बस goal है, rank achieve करनी है, कैसे करेंगे वो objective बताएगा. Goal को achieve कैसे करोगे वो objective बताएगा. Objective is to do 2 revisions per subject. which is close-ended. Close-ended means this is telling you what to do. Close-ended means it is defining what is to be done. 2 revision per subject करने हैं. That is your objective. And that is what your entire thing is. Vision, mission, goals, and objectives. Right? Awesome. Now, the good thing about objectives, now one of the best things about objectives is they are very specific. 2 revision करेंगे, right? They are provide standard for performance appraisal. They should be concrete and specific. We are talking about objectives here. I'm talking about objectives here, right? It should be related to a time frame. अगले 3 दिन में मुझे ये subject complete करना है. I have to complete accountancy in the next 3 days. Well defined objective होता है. Time frame के साथ बात करता है. It should be measurable and controllable. I will complete 20 pages today. Measurable है. You can control that, right? It should be challenging. Challenging होगा तभी आप grow कर पाओगे, right? Different objectives should correlate with each other. I will study accounts today. 3 days में, next 3 days I will study, let's say audit. Next 3 days I will study SM. Next 3 days I will study ethics. XYZ. It should correlate with each other. मैं आज accounts भी पढ़ूंगा, ये भी पढ़ूंगा, ये भी पढ़ूंगा, ये भी पढ़ूंगा. सब कुछ आज ही पढ़ूंगा. You can't do that. You will not be able to achieve that. So objectives are time bound. They have time frame. They are controllable. They are measurable. They should be challenging. They should provide basis for strategic decision making. Right? It should correlate with other like businesses or other functions or your other objectives, and it should be set within the constraints of organizational resources and external environment. अपने resources के हिसाब से objective होना चाहिए. If you have 2 months for examination और आपको मैं and you have let's say 5 subjects. You have 5 subjects and you have 60 days. हर subject के लिए आपके पास 12 दिन है. Okay, so every subject you have 12 days and you have 60 days to prepare for 5 subjects. हर subject का 12 दिन, that is your available resource. But you say नहीं, मैं तो सब subjects को 20 days में prepare करूँगा. Flopped. Your objective is flopped because it should be set within the constraints of organizational resources. Right? जितना आपके पास resource है उसके अंदर ही objective होना चाहिए. 12 दिन पर सब्जेक्ट है तो 12 दिन के अंदर ही you have to achieve that objective. Otherwise, it will not be, that is not a right or a good objective, right? Sequence will be vision, mission, goals, and objectives. That is right. Goal is like vision and objective is like mission. छोटे level पे, okay, you can say that, but do not confuse that. ऐसे गलत समझ जाओगे. Both vision and goals talk about future position. What is the difference? It's not talking about future position, okay? Now, getting a rank versus clearing chartered accountancy बहुत different level. Future नहीं है वो. Goal is not a future. Goal is your current situation. Goal is mission के अंदर goal है. Mission के अंदर goal है. Mission तो current situation है. What you want to achieve within your current position is your goal. What you want to achieve in the future is your vision, right? आपको फ्यूचर में क्या करना, आपको सीए बनने में भी कितने साल, 3 साल लगेंगे, right? You will go for articleship, इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग करोगे, फिर फाइनल एग्जाम्स दोगे. तो सीए बनना फ्यूचर है. रैंक लाना 2 महीने बाद की बात. The goal is current position. It's not a future. Goal future. 2 महीना कोई फ्यूचर होता है, right? Goal is 2 महीना तो यूं चला जाएगा. You will not even know, right? So goal is about current position. It's related to current situation. Your vision is very future oriented, right? It is not the same thing. Goal cannot be part of future position. It is current position. Goal is what you want to achieve in your current position. That is your goal. अरे मेरी बात समझिए. Okay, let's talk about football. अभी रोनाल्डो, मेसी फुटबॉल खेल रहे हैं मैच में, right? Their objective is for the next 45 first half में मुझे गोल पढ़ने नहीं देना. I do not have to concede a goal. Your objective, let's say they're playing football, your objective is first half 45 minutes में मुझे गोल पढ़ने नहीं देना है. That is your objective. Your goal is to win the game. The goal is to win the game. Your vision is to be the best player in the world. कितना बड़ा फर्क है. अभी मैं कहूँ the game started 90 minutes मुझे गेम जीतनी है. My goal is to win the game. Is that a future position? No, that is my current position. But I have to be the best player in the world is my vision. I have to win this game is my current position. That is my goal. My objective is I do not have to like I do not have to concede any goals. मुझे goal खाने नहीं है, सिर्फ goal मारने हैं. Defense strong करना है is my objective. That is how goal is different from vision. Right? Goal is not future. Absolutely. Mission, goal and objective is part of mission. तो वो करंट में ही होगा, वो फ्यूचर नहीं हो सकता. राइट? ओके. नाउ देयर आर टू थिंग्स. लॉन्ग रेंज ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है, शॉर्ट रेंज ऑब्जेक्टिव. ओके. लॉन्ग रेंज ऑब्जेक्टिव होते हैं, शॉर्ट रेंज ऑब्जेक्टिव्स होते हैं. बोथ आर इंपॉर्टेंट एंड इंटरडिपेंडेंट. But long range objectives can be in 7 areas. 7 areas where you can have long range objectives. Like profitability can be an objective, productivity can be objective, competitive position, employee development, employee relation, technological leadership, public responsibility. All these are called long-term objectives. Okay. Now, long-term objectives क्यों बोलते हैं इनको? इनको long-term objectives क्यों बोलते हैं? Now, how do you differentiate a goal from an objective? I'm telling you from an exam perspective. Exam में question आएगा. Now you're saying यार आप कह रहे हो गोल हो गया लॉन्ग टर्म, ऑब्जेक्टिव हो गया आज का, बट लॉन्ग टर्म ऑब्जेक्टिव गोल से कैसे डिफरेंट है? हाउ इज लॉन्ग रेंज ऑब्जेक्टिव डिफरेंट फ्रॉम अ गोल? ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैव अ टाइमलाइन. ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैव अ टाइमलाइन. अगर किसी भी गोल में टाइमलाइन डाल दोगे, अगर आप किसी भी गोल में टाइमलाइन डाल दोगे, आई हैव टू बी प्रॉफिटेबल इन द नेक्स्ट 1 year. I have to be profitable business in the next 1 year. That is my long range objective. I have to be profitable is my goal. I have to be profitable is my goal. I have to be profitable in the next 1 year is my long range objective. Okay? This is how you define, or this is how you differentiate a goal from a long range objective. I have to have a competitive position in the market. I have to be the market leader is my goal. I have to be the market leader is my goal. I have to be the market leader within the next 6 months is my long range objective. Okay. If you put a timeline to a goal, that becomes a long range objective. Simple है, ज़्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाना है. टाइमलाइन लगा दो गोल में, लॉन्ग रेंज ऑब्जेक्टिव बन जाएगा. एंड लॉन्ग रेंज ऑब्जेक्टिव्स आर मच बेटर देन गोल्स बिकॉज आपको एक डेडलाइन मिल जाती है एंड देन यू वर्क टुवर्ड्स इट. राइट? गोल होता है तो आदमी कहता है चलो ठीक है करते रहेंगे, हो जाएगा हो जाएगा. बट आपको अगले 6 महीने में करना है, सो यू विल बी लाइक अरे टाइम पास आ रहा है, जल्दी करो जल्दी करो. राइट? So long range objectives are better than goals. And if you put a timeline to a goal, it becomes a long range objective. Right? Now the question will come to फिर goal है ही क्यों? सारे long range objective ही होने चाहिए. Correct है? होने भी चाहिए. But you should know the concept. Right? Ideally, more effective way of leading your business is to have long range objectives rather than goals. Rather than goal, आपका लॉन्ग रेंज ऑब्जेक्टिव होना चाहिए बिजनेस का. दैट इज मच बेटर थिंग टू हैव फॉर योर बिजनेस. राइट? कूल. क्वेश्चन ऑन द स्क्रीन. Question on the screen. Prince is the CEO of Lodi Limited. He revealed that the next 10 years vision and mission of the company to the management team and asked the senior managers to take up tasks to deliver on the mission. What should the managers focus on now? बहुत ही important. Let me tell you, it's a trick question. Let me tell you, it's a trick question. It's a trick question. And I'm pretty sure सबका गलत होगा. But you will learn something new. Guaranteed. Strategic planning, goals and objectives. C, A, C, C. Prabhas, Bangladesh says C. Let us see who is right. Let us see who all of you are right and who are not right. देखते हैं, समझते हैं. देखते हैं कौन सही जवाब दे पाता है आज. It's a trick question, boys and girls. Okay. Cool. Another 5 seconds. Most of you have given the answer, but I'll just wait for another 5 seconds, and then we will review the answer. The correct answer is goals and objectives. Goals and objectives is the right answer. Goals and objectives is the right answer. We're talking about senior managers, okay? We're talking about senior managers. ये क्या करेंगे? ये goals and objectives को करें. So translating vision and mission to goals and objectives is what senior managers do. Prince is the CEO. Corporate level पे उन्होंने vision and mission दिखा दिया. He has given the corporate strategy. Now the business strategy, senior managers will talk about goals and objectives. How do you achieve this vision and mission? The real action plan. Senior managers will talk about the real action plan. And that is translating vision and mission to goals and objectives, which is what senior managers will do. Right? The correct answer is C. The senior managers will translate. Senior manager क्या करेगा? Senior manager business level पे है. Corporate level पे corporate manager है. Senior manager is at business level. Business level पे goals and objectives बनाए जाएंगे, and functional level पे those will be executed. But converting this vision and mission to goals and objectives is what senior managers will do. Okay, awesome. I tricked you by saying it's a trick question, right? True. But I'm telling you from an exam perspective, corporate leaders create corporate strategy, that is strategic planning, that is vision and mission. Business level leaders like business managers or senior managers create your goals and objectives, and your functional managers actually execute these goals and objectives. They achieve these goals and objectives. Okay, functional level achieve these goals and objectives. Absolutely, every word in the question is going to be important. So read the questions carefully. Okay, cool. Very simple. Last topic is strategic management model. Okay, next 5 minutes में खत्म कर देंगे. बहुत simple है. It's pure logic. It's pure logic. 3 steps हैं. How do you create a strategic management model? You strategy formulation. ऊपर छोड़ दो 1 second के लिए, नीचे समझो. Strategy formulate करोगे, strategy implement करोगे, और strategy को evaluate करोगे. Okay. You will create a strategy, you will implement that strategy, and then you will check whether this strategy is working or not. Simple. कुछ नहीं. This is what strategic management model is about. Strategy form करोगे, strategy formulation, strategy implementation, strategy evaluation. Strategy formulation के अंदर क्या क्या आता है? You strategy formulation involves development of vision and mission statement. अभी पढ़ लिया, right? External and environment and internal environment analysis chapter 2 में पढ़ के आ रहे हैं strategy formulation में, right? Then you establish long-term objectives, which I told you is a much better metric than goal. Vision बनाया, mission बनाया. Vision and mission को बनाने के लिए you analyzed your external and internal environment. 3 things important for a vision and mission is, for vision it is important to have mission. For mission, it is important to know your internal strength and weakness and your external environment. तभी तो mission बना पाओगे. So to create a strategy, to create a vision and mission, you need to analyze external and internal environment. You have to create your long-term objectives, which are much better than goals because they have a deadline, a timeline, right? And you generate and evaluate, choose strategies. अब scenario analysis करते हो. अब scenario analysis करते हो, and then you figure out which is the right strategy to go right now. You generate, evaluate and choose a strategy, right? यहाँ तक आप strategy formulation करते हो, यहाँ तक strategy formulation करते हो. Okay, I'll change the color so that it becomes easy, right? So यहाँ तक आप strategy formulation करते हो. Then you go to the next step, which is strategy implementation. फिर आप strategy को implement करते हो अपनी company में. You go and execute that strategy कि चलो, my strategy is to improve the quality of my product, to start working on improving the quality of the product, right? You do that for next 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and then you measure and evaluate your performance. क्या quality improve करने से my market share increased? Did I make more profits? Are customers more satisfied? Am I better than the competitor? Is my competitor losing now? Am I making more money than the competitor? If the answers are yes, that means my strategy is right. If the answers are no, I go back to this. मैं फिर से एनालिसिस करने जाता हूँ, एक्सटर्नल इंटरनल एनवायरनमेंट का, टू फिगर आउट what can be my right core competency and competitive advantage, and then I figure out a strategy, I implement it, and then I measure and evaluate. So it's a cycle. Strategy formulation, strategy implementation, strategy evaluation. Simple. Who defines the business? The corporate management will define the business. Okay. The stages. Developing a strategic vision and formulation of statement of vision, mission, and goal, number 1. Number 2, environmental scanning and organizational analysis, internal, external environmental analysis. Number 3, formulation of a strategy. Finally, you decide कि मुझे कौन सी strategy करनी है. Then you implement that strategy. Number 4. Number 5, you evaluate and control the strategy. You evaluate whether that strategy is right or not for you. Right? It's a continuous process. So management model is for long-term perspective, short-term perspective, or both. It's a long-term model always. It's a long-term model. Strategic management is a long-term recurring strategy. Because it is very costly. You remember chapter 1, 2 में we studied. It is really costly. It is time-consuming. Chapter 1 में पढ़ा था. Costly है, time-consuming है, बहुत सारे resources लगते हैं. It cannot be short-term. हर 3 महीने में आप इतना खर्चा नहीं कर सकते on just planning. When will you execute? रोज बैठ के टाइम टेबल बनाओगे तो पढ़ोगे कब? पढ़ना भी जरूरी है. अगले 3 महीने टाइम टेबल एक बार बनाओगे, you will achieve that if you're able to achieve. Otherwise, you'll start modifying. Overall time table तो same ही रहेगा. You'll do small modifications. That is what strategic management is also all about. Right? Cool. Question on the screen. There's a question on the screen. What is this? We strive to offer our customers the lowest possible prices, the best available selection, and utmost convenience. What is this? We strive to offer our customers. Awesome. It's Amazon's mission, is what Siddharth is saying. Let us see if that is the right thing. Quickly. Okay, I have answers now. Let us reveal the answer quickly. Awesome. Corporate mission. Right? It is corporate mission. It is Amazon's mission, is what Siddharth told us, right? Corporate mission is the answer. It's Amazon. Book में study material पढ़ना पड़ेगा boss. Study material से आया ये. Okay? So this is Amazon's mission statement. They want to offer customers the lowest possible prices, the best available selection, the utmost convenience. It's a mission. What they want to do current, ये vision नहीं है. The vision is to be the world's most customer-friendly company. The vision is to be the world's most customer-friendly company. The corporate mission current में क्या है? Lowest price देते हैं हम अभी, best available selection देते हैं, and utmost convenience देते हैं अभी. And the vision is to be the most customer-centric company. That is vision. This is mission. Okay. Next, last question for today. Study material पढ़ना पड़ेगा. Last question for today. Rival firms operating. Let us see who can answer this. Rival firms operating in the same industry rely on different dash due to their strategic choice. Mission, goals, objectives, business definition, or business model. I'll wait for another 10 seconds. The correct answer is business model. The correct answer is business model. Right? Same industry hai, but business model is different. पैसा कमाने का तरीका अलग है, इंडस्ट्री सेम हो सकती है. पैसा कमाने का तरीका अलग हो सकता है within the same business, right? Within the same business, पैसा कमाने का तरीका can be different. The correct answer is business model, right? Goals and objectives will be, see, rival firms operating in the same industry rely on different dash due to the strategic choice. Strategic choice की वजह से business model change होता है. Strategic choice की वजह से business model change होता है, right? So same industry है, competition है, पैसा कमाने का तरीका अलग है. So business model is the answer. Okay. For example, business model. Take any industry. Okay, let's take any industry. Let me take an example of let's say, which industry can we take example? You tell me any industry, I'll give you two companies which have different business models altogether. Give me an example of name any industry. We'll talk about two companies having different business models. Okay. I'll tell you the reason also. Give me any industry. Okay. Let's see if I can. That's a test for me also. Tell me any industry and let's talk about two businesses which have a different business model. Okay. So someone is saying Zomato and Swiggy. Let's take Zomato and Swiggy. Okay. Now what happens here is, now Zomato and Swiggy, the basic industry is same, right? That they are rival firms, but the amount of, see, the model is very different. I'll tell you again. If you look closely at the business model of Zomato versus Swiggy, Swiggy only is delivery. The model is different. Swiggy is with restaurants. Swiggy is with small stalls, छोटे छोटे टपरी से. Also, Swiggy takes food and delivers to you. Zomato does not do that. Zomato has Zomato Prime. Okay, you go to a restaurant, you pay via Zomato Pro member. Okay, so they have different model altogether. They are a very boutique app which is very concerned with high-end customers. Okay, Zomato is concerned with high-end customers. Even if you look at the quality of food or the quality of restaurants on both Swiggy and Zomato, you will figure out on Zomato you have more premium restaurants. Zomato पे 5 stars, 4 stars के भी restaurants are listed. Swiggy पे वो नहीं है. Swiggy is relatively on the cheaper side. And the business model is more on delivering from every food stall and restaurant to the person's place. it is only more focused on delivery. ठीक है, वो आपका जाएगा किसी मिठाई की दुकान से मिठाई भी लेके आएगा, जोमेटो नहीं करेगा वो. Zomato does not do that. Zomato does not do that, right? So this is how their business model is altogether different. Zomato is on more premium customers. Swiggy is more on masses. That is why you will see Zomato is more prevalent in tier 1 cities, Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, Kolkata. Zomato is more there. While you look at Swiggy, it is more in tier 2. You go to Indore, you go to Bhopal, you go to Jaipur, you go to like somewhere in Madurai. Swiggy is more prevalent there, right? So the business model is altogether different. Same industry hai, rivals hai, but due to this strategic choice, or strategic choice is your market. What is your focus market? उस focus market की वजह से your business model changes, right? So the right answer to this is business model. Okay. Now take example of instant grocery also. Blinkit है, or let's say I'll give you another example. Domino's है, Pizza Hut है, right? People have preferences. The business model altogether is different. Pizza Hut क्या बोलता है? Pizza Hut comes and says 99 rupees pan pizza, 100 rupees में 2 pizza, 199 में 3 pizza. Pizza Hut का business model is they earn money. They earn money by making pizzas cheaper. Okay? Pizza Hut के pizzas are relatively cheaper to Domino's. Domino's का business model is 30 minutes delivery, and they have relatively costlier pizzas, right? So what they're focusing more on premium. Pizza Hut is more business model oriented on pricing, right? उनका pricing के ऊपर ज्यादा ध्यान है. पैसा कमाना है pricing पे खेल के. Price कम कर दो, volume बढ़ा दो. That is what Pizza Hut does. Domino's says we'll maintain a quality and charge more money for our pizzas. Business model is different. So same industry, rivals having different business models, right? Cool. So this is how the business models define your entire business being in the same industry. And with that, we complete our chapter number 3 also, right? Strategic decision making की बात करी, intent की बात करी, जिसके अंदर we have vision, mission, definition, model and goals and objectives. Goals and objectives की अंदर बात करी long term objectives, short term objectives की. We talked about strategic management model, right? The 5 steps: formulation, implementation, evaluation, and strategy formulation. The total 5 steps, that is vision banao, mission banao, goals, objectives banao, implement karo, evaluate karo, right? So this is what we studied in strategic planning, in strategic management process, which is your chapter number 3, right? So even the goals and objectives will be different, right? Absolutely. But business model prevails over goals and objective, right? So goals and objective तो हर किसी के अलग होंगे, right? It's going to be different for all the companies. But the question is more about strategic choice. Due to this strategic choice, उनकी strategic goals, objectives तो सबके अलग होंगे, right? You want to study accounts today, somebody wants to study audit today. सबका goal and objective तो अलग ही होगा. But the strategic choice कि मेरे को पैसा कैसे कमाना है, that is business model. Same company पैसा अलग तरीके से कमाना चाहती है, that is a strategic model, right? हाँ, खुशी से श्रीराम का क्वेश्चन ले रहे. That's great. Shriram, your question please. Your friends are pushing for the question. Okay. Second last question, I don't understand the answer. Why business model is not the answer? Which one? Second last. यहाँ पे sure, this is not a business model. पैसा कमाने की बात कहाँ हो रही है, right? Here we are not talking about how the company wants to make money. We are talking about what we currently do for the customers. What we current position, what we currently do for the customers. That is why it is a mission. Business model is पैसा कैसे कमाना है. This is not talking about हम पैसा कैसे कमाते हैं. Am I charging prices? Am I ad से पैसा कमा रहा हूँ? क्या मैं promotion से पैसा कमा रहा हूँ? I'm not talking about this in this statement. I'm talking about what I do currently for the customers. Long-term objectives and objectives. नम्रता, objective के 2 पार्ट हैं, long term और short term. उसमें difference कुछ नहीं है, right? There's no difference. What is the difference between a pizza and a margherita pizza? कुछ नहीं है. It's a type of pizza, right? What is the difference between Mac Aloo Tikki and Chicken McGrill? दोनों burger हैं, अलग अपने अपने type के हैं. So that is why long-term objective and objective फर्क कुछ नहीं है. Sriram, your question. I think your friends are pushing. Sriram has left or slept. Any questions? Probably we are done with the chapter. I'll just close the session for today in next 1 minute. Sriram का question ही नहीं है. Sriram, where is your question, boss? We are waiting for your question. No questions from anyone? If not, thank you so much. Probably Sriram, your question अभी नहीं पूछोगे, next class में पूछना है. Not an issue. And remember, next session is going to be entirely case based. Question solve करेंगे सिर्फ, पढ़ेंगे नहीं. Chapter 4 to start नहीं करूँगा मैं. I will do questions. I want to do a case, at least, if not two, एक case scenario तो करेंगे with few good MCQs. Okay, so we'll do that. Got it. Meaning of transnational companies. Transnational companies means across countries जो होती हैं. So transnational means different. It's transnational means बहुत सारी countries में that company into different nations. Transnational, that means it is across nations. Okay. Where all are connected. One, I didn't get your question. Where all are connected means. Sure, Radhika, ask your question. Ask your question. Different business model involves change in strategy choice and also the pricing structure, right? That is right, Kunal. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a homework for you. Find answer to your question. Awesome. Neelab Jo, thank you so much for joining. Radhika, I'm waiting for your question. If your question is different from syllabus, I'll just wait for another 1 minute. Fatafat se pucho because it is already 9:30. I also have to leave. How to differentiate between SWOT and Taos? Zarurat nahi padegi. You do not have to differentiate ever. So the question will be very straightforward. Taos is more beneficial than SWOT simply, but ऐसे differentiate करने नहीं है. जो seller होते हैं 99, 599, 79 ऐसे की product sell करते हैं. हाँ, exactly. So Radhika, there's a psychological concept. 599 makes you feel कि 500 रुपए की range में है, which is already 600. So instead of thinking आपका दिमाग नहीं सोचता 600 का है, your दिमाग thinks कि वो 500 की range में. That is why they have 599, 799, 999. So if I say your price is 999, your दिमाग thinks कि चलो 1000 रुपए से कम है, खरीद सकते हैं. The moment I say it is for 1005 rupees, you will like 1000 रुपए मांग रहे हो. So that is how they play with your brain. Difference between transnational companies and MNCs, Namrata, that's a homework for you. Okay, these are very basic English terms. Go and Google and search it. Okay, that's a homework for you. I know the answer though, but you need to do some homework. Multinational, that is MNC and transnational. Go and do some homework. Google search करो, 1 मिनट में आपको आंसर मिल जाए, right? All students are connected in WhatsApp group or Telegram. I don't know, Vangari, if all students are connected on WhatsApp or Telegram. I think ICI doesn't do that. Personally, if you guys are doing that, I have no clue. ICI has no such groups or Telegram groups. That is what I know for sure. Right? Cool. So it's 9:30. Let us wrap up for today. I'll meet you in the next session probably. And we will do some cases. Simple फटाफट से cases करेंगे. We'll focus on questions. And thank you so much everyone for joining today. And I'll see you in the next one at 7 a.m. on Thursday. All right, guys. Thank you.